Hello again, everybody. David Clary along with John Ulrich, along with Blake Woody here at Oakland High School, getting set for state tournament baseball action. The Wildcats taking on Clarksville in the first round of this tournament. Yesterday, obviously, was the supposed start of the tournament, but because of the rain and the tornadoes and all the terrible weather we had, it's put back a full day. So actually, the tournament will be extended a full day. In fact, if whoever's playing in the championship game, and hopefully they're wearing cardinal and gray, will be playing the championship game at Middle Tennessee on Saturday. So that's the way the bracket is played out. John Ulrich joins me here. John, I know last week and the last couple of weeks in the region tournament, the district tournament, and the sectional series, the Wildcats went undefeated, have not lost a postseason ball game. Talk about that and how they got to this point at the state tournament.
Yeah, they've gotten really good pitching so far in this postseason for them. I believe they haven't given up more than 5 runs. I can check my facts here in just a second. But it's been a really good job by the Oak Ridge pitching staff so far this season, and we're hoping to look forward to that here today with Mikey Teasley on the bump.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Free this morning. I was asking him about, because I don't know anything about Clarksville at all. I know that they've been to the state tournament. This is their 3rd consecutive year they've been at the state tournament. But he told me, they were, if you look at the rankings at the end of the year, they were number 1 team in the state. So obviously they've got a great baseball team. He told me they're kind of top-loaded with their batting order. They can hit the ball. And they also had a Mr. Basketball finalist along with Mikey Teasley. We'll talk about that here in a second. So this is not going to be an easy game for Mikey and for the Clarksville team, because 2 really good teams battling it out, maybe the best 2 teams at the tournament.
Yeah, so far what I've heard from a few different people, from a few different of these teams, this is the matchup of the tournament right here. I believe Oak Ridge, you said Clarksville finished number 1 in the rankings. I believe Oak Ridge wasn't too far behind them. I think they were either 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. So these are 2 heavyweight high school teams battling out right here.
Last week, and I know you and Alex Myers, and we'd like to thank Alex publicly here for doing the sectional games and the regional games. Science Hill, the first game was a nail-biter for sure. The second game didn't have to worry quite as much. When you get to this level, and you were on the Wildcat team a year ago, and I promised you I wasn't going to ask you a lot of questions, but going into this ball game, what's the feeling of the team this year compared to last year?
I think last year part of the big deal was, hey, we're finally here. I'm fittingly wearing my 52 years in the making shirt. They didn't give me one of the Borough or Middlesboro or Murfreesboro, whatever it is, back-to-back shirts. But I'm wearing my 52 years in the making shirt, and last year it was a big joy for a lot of us to be there. And this year, these guys, they look better. Last year we had a really young team, a lot of young starters. This year they're a little bit more experienced, and they're looking to win this thing.
Unfortunately, we can't put the video stream live on the air. Obviously, we are taping it for later. But we will have that scoreboard you see up on the screen. Will be almost like the game changer for those who are familiar with that. We'll keep up with the balls and strikes, and hopefully John and I will let you all know what's going on. The Wildcats right now are doing their infield drills right now. What a beautiful day. I mean, you remember last year when we came here, it seemed to rain almost like it did last night. We had a lot of rain issues. We had one sunny day. I think that the day game, I guess maybe against Bradley, I think it was. But for the most part, the weather was terrible, but it's a beautiful day here today.
Yeah, it's 72 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Just a slight breeze going from the third base dugout out to right field. It's a beautiful day for baseball. I know last year we had our game against Arlington was included a 4-hour rain delay. So that was definitely not fun, but we have a beautiful day here today.
I'm not sure if they're going to have the national anthem or not, but while we wait for that, why don't you run down the starting lineups for the ball game tonight?
Starting off with your visitors tonight will be the Oak Ridge Wildcats. You have Warren East in center field, batting first. Batting second is Parker Free, catching. Batting third is Mikey Teasley, and he is pitching.
Where's my Dunkster?
Batting fourth is the first baseman Camden Welch. The designated hitter Peyton Witter is hitting fifth. Batting sixth is Richie Ferreira, the right fielder. Batting seventh is the shortstop Noah Wood. Batting 8th is the left fielder, Cy Stevens. Batting 9th is the second baseman, Whit Reniger. And Peyton Witter is DHing for the third baseman today, number 5, Carson Fagan. Now for the home Clarksville somethings. I apologize we didn't get their team ahead of that today. Batting first is the second baseman, Kirk Weatherford. Batting second is the catcher, Corbin Reynolds. Batting third is the left fielder, Jack Wyatt. Batting fourth is the third baseman, Cade Abernathy. Batting fifth is the shortstop, Caden Pleasure. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Carter Hedrick. Batting seventh is the right fielder, Keaton Anderson. Batting eighth is the designated hitter, Ben Moore. He is batting for the pitcher tonight, Cooper Nebben. And batting ninth for Clarksville is the center fielder, Benton Barksdale.
John, you and I haven't done a ball game together, but we actually have when you were actually on the team. But, the thing that kind of struck me about this, the things that I were worried about from last year's team, how are you going to replace the leadoff man, Caden Black? What was the middle infield going to be like this year? And those questions were answered right away.
Yeah, out of the gate, your leadoff hitter for the 2025 Wildcats, number 4, the center fielder Warren East, has had an absolutely fantastic year. He's hitting in the mid 400s, I believe, and he's currently, I believe it was in the district tournament or regional tournament, set the single season hits record for the Wildcats. And then going up the middle infield, you had Noah Wood get some good reps at shortstop last year, as our shortstop last year, Caden Black, went down with a broken hand in the Clinton game at Clinton. And then, so he got those good reps at short last year. This is nothing new to him. And then you have a newcomer at second base in Whit Reniger, who's been hitting great, playing solid defense. So it's really a blessing for this Wildcat team to have such a young team, but still a somewhat experienced team.
The umpires are meeting at home plate with the respective head coaches. Travis Free in his 7th year as the head coach of the Wildcats, exchanging the lineup cards. We're just moments away from the first pitch of this game. We're on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're going to have a couple commercial breaks in this. So, John, we're going to take a break here. We'll be back. Oak Ridge and Clarksville, first round of the state tournament. We'll be back in a moment.
You've worked hard to build your business, and we want to help you protect it. The team at Fox Insurance Group believes your business deserves the expertise of a local insurance agent. With business insurance from Todd Fox at Fox Insurance Group and Encova Insurance, you can make sure your business stays up and running no matter what happens. If you own a business, make sure it's fully protected by contacting Fox Insurance Group. Visit www.grayfoxins.com or call 865-482-0513.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 state championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5559 or at betsycolemanrealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
Welcome back once again to Oakland High School, site of last year's state tournament, at least for the Wildcats. There's other games going on in other locations, I believe at Siegel High School. Why don't you run down the bracket? Who is actually in this tournament besides the Wildcats?
All right, so the first game here at Oakland today was between Blackman and Green Hill. Green Hill ended up winning that game, I believe, 11-0. Game 2 tonight is between Oak Ridge and Clarksville. And that rounds out the first side of the bracket. And for the second side of the bracket, you have Independence High School and Farragut. I don't know the result of that game off the top of my head. And then you have Siegel hosting and playing this year up against Rossview.
You know, John, we were looking at some of the statistics here. Most of the teams, with the exception of Green Hill, have been to the state tournament before. Green Hill never has. We were looking at the overall records of the teams that have been here. Oak Ridge, Farragut, obviously, as you said, Clarksville, Rossview, Siegel, Independence, Green Hill, and Blackman. What stands out to you, there's a couple things that you pointed out, but what stands out to me is that Farragut record. Obviously, they've won 13 state titles. Tell the fans listening right now their record at the state tournament.
This record is pretty astonishing. They've been to the state tournament 26 times in their history, and their record in those 26 appearances, David, 73-23.
This will be only the Wildcats' 9th game ever in the history of the program, and you have the shirt on. It's interesting. The Wildcats have gone back-to-back twice. The only times they've gone 71-72, 24-25. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's something else about Farragut is they've won half of the state tournaments they've been in, and keep in mind that 73-23 record, you're only going to get 5 games total or 5 games max while you're out here. So 73-23, really impressive from Farragut.
Clarksville kind of has similar colors, obviously the same colors as the Oliver Springs Bobcats. Their colors are purple and gold. The Wildcats, the lineup being introduced. Blake, why don't we get a shot of this lineups here down on the field as they're lining up down to our right. And I guess these are the starters. In past years, I remember they did the whole team, but you got too many players in both dugouts. Wildcats are going to be wearing their basically white cream jerseys with cardinal numerals. I mentioned the Clarksville team wearing basically black jerseys. Purple and gold are their colors with the white baseball pants. Are you nervous about this ball game?
It's going to be a good one. I don't personally have any real cards in the game anymore.
Yes, you do. It's your alma mater.
I was still talking, David.
Okay, go right ahead.
I said I'm obviously rooting for Oak Ridge. I played on the state tournament team last year. It was a lot of fun. I know these guys this is one of the best times of their life. So this is a really, really fun opportunity for them, and I'm sure they've got some nerves, but this is going to be a great game here tonight.
Wildcats are the visiting team, so they'll be starting here just a moment from now. Blake Woody is doing our camera work and technical work. If I didn't have Blake, John, we would not get on the air. He is a whiz at all this. We do want to actually thank Mark Hayes, too, for helping us technically. You got a final score?
The final score from the other bracket's first game, Farragut beat Independence High School 3-2.
Their starters are being introduced out on the field, as we mentioned. One thing I've noticed, and you might hear the fans behind us, we have a lot of fans that have made the trip. Obviously, Clarksville, somewhat close. They consider it to be a Middle Tennessee school, and a long trip, especially for a Wednesday night. I was talking to Mike Kelly earlier about for a Wednesday night, Oak Ridge fans have come in big numbers, and you'll be able to hear them behind us as we're just moments away from this game. And would you expect, they've said that their batting order is extremely talented, especially the top part of it. They can hit the ball. Mikey's going to have to be on his game. Talk about Mikey. What does he bring to the table? What are his best pitches, and what would you expect from him tonight?
So everybody knows it. Mikey's got a great fastball, a great curveball, but this year he's also added a really solid slider and a really solid changeup as well. So it's going to be the thing with Mikey tonight and really all year is going to be where is he locating his pitches, how is his command. If he's got good command today, if he's got good command to 2 or more pitches, I think he's going to have a pretty solid game tonight.
I know you were back in Oak Ridge last night, yesterday at 11 o'clock in the morning. The Mr. Baseball Award was announced for all the classifications, including the private sector, and our own Mikey Teasley named Mr. Basketball. Of the 3 finalists, he was the only junior. Mr. Baseball, sorry. Did I say basketball?
You did.
Yeah, Mr. Baseball. Of the 3 finalists, he was the only junior. And, I kind of thought going into it, obviously he's had a lot of notoriety. He's played a lot of travel ball. He's been seen by a lot of people. But I thought maybe the seniors might get it. But they announced Mikey Teasley, our very first Mr. Baseball ever in the history of the program.
Yeah, I mean, if you just got to look at the pure numbers that he's put up this year. He's been great with the bat so far. I believe he's hitting around 380. David pulled up the numbers for me. Let me look. He's hitting 391. Don't let me sell him short. But I believe he also has 7 home runs on the year. So he's having a great year at the plate, but then he's also having a great year on the mound. I don't know if we have the mound stats, do we, David?
Yeah, they're in there too as well.
They're somewhere. I'll look at them later. But he's having a great year on the mound. He's right around a 1 ERA. He set the school record, blown away the school record for strikeouts. He's got 113 strikeouts. So he's just having an absolutely amazing year as we get started here at Oakland High School.
Yeah, and speaking of records, this guy standing in the plate to bat for the Wildcats, Warren East, he also has set 2 records, hits and stolen bases for a single season. Warren East stands in, righty against righty, and we are underway. And that pitch is a little bit low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Warren East, a sophomore player, played a lot last year, but this year has come alive, especially, in the leadoff position. He swings and misses at a high fastball, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, he's been great for the Wildcats this year. As you mentioned, set the record in hits. I did not know he set the record in stolen bases. He was must have beaten my shortstop all the years I was there, Caden Black. I believe he set that record last.
Right. 1-1 pitch. That's down low, a ball. And the count is 2-1 to Warren East. This is an all-turf infield, and I remember last year all the rain we had, but the outfield, as much rain as we had yesterday, the outfield looks great. It is natural grass. Warren back in, 2-1 pitch. Inside corner for a called strike, and the count is even at 2-2.
So, David, I can see why you're bringing up this field. This is and I can see why they host a state tournament here every year. It is an absolutely beautiful field. As you mentioned, the turf infield, the grass outfield. Grass is very green. As Warren East grounds that one to the second baseman for out number 1.
Ball was hit on the right side, and batting now will be the catcher, Parker Free. Parker is also a sophomore. He played most of the season a year ago and had some really big hits. I remember in the sectional game last year against Sevier County, really had a huge hit, which kind of propelled the Wildcats to the state tournament a year ago, and he steps in with 1 out, nobody aboard here in the top of the first inning. First pitch to him is up high, a little bit around shoulder level, and he's hitting the count, 1 ball and no strikes. The right-handed pitcher from Clarksville looking in for the sign. 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike at the knees, maybe a little outside. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. I am just amazed at looking around the stands here at all the Oak Ridge people who have made the trip on this beautiful day in Murfreesboro. The pitch, inside, corner. Oh, boy. Called it a strike. Way inside, but he called it a strike, and the count is 1-2.
That one looked like it almost hit Parker in the kneecaps, and that was called a strike for strike 2.
The camera won't lie when we watch it, as that ball is cut on and missed, and that is a swinging strikeout and out number 2. Got a little help from the umpire on that second strike, and it's 2 up and 2 down. The batter now will be Mr. Baseball, Mikey Teasley. Mikey will be pitching today. Kind of an unusual, most of the time, especially the district ball games. Camden Welch was the pitcher that starts out series, but tonight it's going to be Mikey.
Yeah, as I said earlier, this has been viewed as the matchup of the tournament so far. So definitely, Coach Freeze wanted to run his best arm out there.
First pitch to him almost hit him. Very inside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Nobody aboard. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. State Tournament Baseball, live from Murfreesboro on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Mikey steps in wearing those bright red shoes. Another one high and tight, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Mikey will be followed by Cam Welch in the Oak Ridge lineup. 2-0 pitch. Inside again, 3 balls and no strikes. I don't think he wants any part of Mikey Teasley.
Yeah, a lot of breaking balls here early in the game to Mikey. None for a strike. He doesn't want umpire here's.
He just told Oak Ridge to be quiet. I mean, this is the no fun umpire. He just told Oak Ridge to be quiet. That is absolutely ridiculous. Game's a game. It's as the 3-0 pitch comes in, there's a called strike at the knees inside corner. It is a baseball game, played for fun, and the Oak Ridge dugout was told to be quiet. I've never seen that.
I think he's. I think he forgot his coffee this morning, David. He's a little grumpy.
3-1 pitch is ball 4, and down to first we go Mikey Teasley. He is the first base runner of the ball game, and the batter now will be the left-handed hitting junior Cam Welch. We'll have a courtesy runner in the ball game for the Wildcats as Cam steps in.
Cam has a .312 batting average on the year. He's been a really solid cleanup hitter for these Wildcats. He's driving in runs. When Mikey's running, you got a fast runner on with, I believe it's Kip Fagan into the game now running for Mikey Teasley. Another fast runner. There's a lot of fast base runners on this Oak Ridge team.
Kipton is a freshman as the junior Cam Welch steps in. Kip a good lead at first. The pitch to the plate is down low a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. I'm just curious about what he said to the Oak Ridge dugout to get them quiet. I'm going to get off that subject, but it's a game. High school kids playing a game, and they can't have fun. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a lot of room down the left field line if he can pull one. 1-0 pitch. Way outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
The one thing that I'm sure many other baseball fans can agree with me on is when umpires try to make the game about them, and it is most definitely not about them. Well, they're here to help out, call balls and strikes, call outs, safes, but it's not about them. It's about these players putting in the work every day.
Ball is thrown away at first base. Kip is heading towards second. He's taking the round. Second base. He's heading towards third. Here's the throw. It is not in time. Sliding in safely at third base is Kipton Fagan. And the Wildcats have a runner at third with 2 outs. The throw went wild of the first baseman, and actually Kipton went down, slid in, face first, and the ball was bounced away so far he was able to get to third. Now the Wildcats with a runner at third and 2 outs.
And something else I noticed, I should probably get off the topic of the umpire, but he didn't make a call. He didn't signal a call at all when Kipton slid into third.
2 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Cam. Way outside a ball. 3 balls and no strike. John, I don't know if you and I are going to get along here because my reputation with officials is not as nice as you just said a moment ago about umpires.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that were watching the broadcast last week as Camden Welch takes a 4-pitch walk may have noticed that there was an issue with that. There was Richie Ferreira stole second base. Didn't see that the ball was dropped. Taylor, I can't remember who was the umpire at second base, but the umpire didn't make a call. Didn't say he dropped the ball. Didn't say safe. So, and I guess Richie must have thought he was out because he started jogging off the field, and he was still a ball and play live runner, and they ended up tagging him out in between second and third.
Not good. As Peyton Witter steps in, Peyton bats from the right side. We'll tell a little story about a new bat he's sporting right now, as the pitch to him is inside once again. During batting practice, right before the ball game, he busted his bat, broke off at the handle, and I believe his dad had to go buy a bat. His dad's standing off to the left here. I think had to go buy a bat right before the ball game.
Yeah, I was at batting practice for a little while today, and I was there, and you just heard a snap. And usually when you hit a baseball, you hear the really loud ping, but this snap was kind of caught us all off guard. As Peyton Witter fouls that one back into the screen. But he broke it off right about where the end of the grip ends, and it was. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I definitely haven't,
especially not with a metal bat.
Runners at first and third for the Wildcats. 2 outs. We're in the top of the first inning. The Wildcats in Clarksville at the state tournament. Cam Welch takes his lead off of first. It's a short lead. Kipton Fagan off of third. Pitch, low, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Peyton Witter. Peyton will be followed by Richie Ferreira, who, just like last year, has really come on in the postseason. As Peyton steps in, right-handed hitter. Runners on the corners, no score, just underway, top of the first inning. Run the stretch, and the pitch. Oh, wow. Inside again. Almost hit him. I'm not too pleased with the umpiring so far in this one.
I think the only umpire that we don't have a running tab against is the first base umpire.
Right. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Peyton deep in the box. The pitch to him. That's down low, ball 3. Got a full count again. So a couple of base on balls here, getting the pitch count up for the Clarksville pitcher. He strolls off the mound, stands on the turf. Now back to the top of the rubber he goes. Peyton Witter steps in. Runners at first and third. Peyton, the leading home run hitter for the Wildcats this season, and RBI guy. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I believe Peyton has 8 home runs this year.
Pitch with the runner going. Hit on the ground, foul. Over towards the Oak Ridge bullpen, fielded by Oak Ridge catcher Parker Free. And the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Witter, one of 3 seniors on the Wildcat squad. Kipton Fagan off of third, Cam Welch off of first. And the pitch. Hit on the ground to the shortstop, takes a funny hop. He has plenty of time now, throws up high, but in time the ball bounces away. They're going to call him out. There was a collision between the runner and Peyton Witter. And Coach McKeithen says the rule on that is the transfer, if you're taking it out of your glove, but I think it was the collision that created, but, you know, he might have caught it just enough to get him out.
Yeah, there is the football kind of leans over here. You have to maintain possession through impact, and the first baseman there did not. So I'm a little surprised that he called him out. You know, I think the first baseman also may have came off the bag. I wasn't paying too much attention. I was trying to fix my scorebook, but we have a running tab against all the umpires now, David. This is not good so far today.
Let's take a quick break here. We're live at Oakland High School, the state tournament. Mikey Teasley warming up for the Wildcats. We'll be back on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, in a moment.
Your pets are part of the family, and the caring professionals at MacArthur Animal Hospital know this, and they put their years of veterinary experience in caring to work. MacArthur Animal Hospital is located at 2190 Oak Ridge Turnpike in Oak Ridge. To learn more or to make an appointment, please call Dr. Paul Sluha at 865-482-1797. MacArthur Animal Hospital is proud to support some other cats, too, the Oak Ridge Wildcats, and they would like to wish them well this season. MacArthur Animal Hospital, proudly serving the Oak Ridge area, 482-1797.
As we hated Taylor, I think he may be the best umpire in Tennessee.
Welcome back once again to Oakland High School on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. My name is David Clary, along with former Wildcat John Ulrich. We got Blake Woody, member of the Oak Ridge football team. He's on our crew as well. As the Wildcats failed to score, picked up a couple base runners on a couple of walks. And standing in for the Clarksville team is Kirk Weatherford. He is the second baseman, and the first pitch from Mikey is a breaking pitch in there for a call. Oh, I thought it was going to be a call strike. Looked like a good pitch. Looked like we have a Middle Tennessee umpiring crew here, John. Pitch is, that one's definitely outside.
Yeah, I don't think they like us very much so far.
Nah, just
maybe because of me and you yelling at them though.
Well, he can't hear us. And definitely the guy down the line at third base can't hear us. 2 balls and no strikes. Parker Free with the sign. The pitch on the outside corner at the knees for a called strike. First baseman for the Wildcats is Camden Welch. Second baseman is Whit Reniger as a 2-1 pitch is hit foul. Back to the screen, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson Fagan is at third. Noah Wood is the shortstop. Wildcats have Cy Stevens in left, Warren East in center, and Richie Ferreira in right. Parker Free, the catcher. Mikey Teasley has the sign. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Yes, sir. Called strike 3. Good start. Weatherford looks back and says that was not a strike as he heads back, but a beautiful pitch there by Mikey.
Yeah, it was a beautiful backdoor breaking ball there, caught the outside corner. Based on the strike zone they gave us in that first inning, you can't be mad at that call there.
Batter now will be the second baseman. This will be Corbin Reynolds as he steps in. Oh, the catcher. Right. I can kind of read your writing. That is 2. I thought you would. Yeah. Okay. Pitch. Timeout is called by the umpire on the first base now. Now he's warning Clarksville. Not exactly sure what both umpires have warned both. I mean, let them have fun.
I believe it's when the pitcher's about to start his motion is when the umpires are getting a little upset here.
It's baseball. It's baseball. Who cares? Do you care?
I don't know.
Pitch is cut on and missed.
I think it's more fun when it's loud.
Well, of course it is.
The great energy that we had at Bobby Hopkins Park in both the regional tournament and the sectional tournament or the sectional series. So
1 strike pitch is in there for another called strike. The count is 0-2 from Mikey Teasley.
I think these umpires are just taking away from the fun of the game here. And
yeah,
the fun
they're
of this
no
tournament.
fun umpires. 2 strikes the count. Mikey comes with a wind. The pitch. Little outside. Good looking pitch there by Mikey Teasley. But the count is 1-2. Reynolds will be followed by Jack Wyatt, the left fielder. That pitch is down low. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here, bottom of the first inning. We have no score. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge and Clarksville. Pitch. Did he swing? Yes, he did, and that is a strikeout. That is the second strikeout of the first 2 batters, and the batter will be the left fielder, Jack Wright. Just kind of a half hack at it. Fooled him, and it's 2 outs here in the first. John?
A great pitch there by Mikey. Got him. The check swing you went around, so a great pitch there to get the second out of the inning and his second strikeout of the inning.
Wyatt steps in. He is a left-handed hitter facing the right-handed throwing Mr. Baseball, Mikey Teasley. First pitch is out of the strike zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Mikey comes to the plate. Ball hit on the ground. Nice play by Whit Reniger. Throws him out at first. Ball was hit hard. Whit ranged to his left, fielded it, threw on to Cam. 3 up and 3 down.
That was a great play by the second baseman, Whit Reniger. At first, I didn't think he was going to get to that, to be honest. But then he comes flying out of nowhere and makes that play look like a routine ground ball to second base.
So they are retired 1-2-3. The Wildcats coming to bat. We're live at Oakland High School, the state baseball tournament. 8 teams remaining in the state of Tennessee. The Wildcats trying to win their first ever state championship in baseball. We'll take a quick break. We're on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We'll be back in a moment.
Hello, this is Jim Norman, proud member of the 1979 Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. And I, along with my wife Mary and sons, former Wildcats James Norman and Elliot Norman, would like to wish the Wildcats a very successful season.
Jim Normand is a partner in another long tradition of excellence. The law firm of Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand, PLLC, and Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand Title Services, a full-service law firm in Oak Ridge for nearly 70 years. Give Jim a call at 482-2486.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Ask me, Nathan Miser, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Welcome back to Oakland High School, the state baseball tournament. We are live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We appreciate you listening to our broadcast. We are also videotaping these for a later replay. Wildcats and Clarksville, both teams in the top 3 in the state of Tennessee. As the Wildcats step in here in the top of the second, it'll be Richie Ferreira. And Richie had some really big hits in the region and in the sectional series. And he takes the ball. Richie ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody on, nobody out. Takes ball 2.
Richie's having a good year for the Wildcats this year, hitting his batting average is .346 in 41 games played. And there's quite a few of these guys that have played every single one of these 41 games here. Richie's also got a .478 on base percentage. So he's having a great year at the plate for these Wildcats.
He started out the season kind of slow, but he has really picked it up, just like I said earlier, like he did last year in the postseason. 2-0 pitch almost hits him. 3 balls and no strikes. He's already walked 2 guys, has their pitcher. And is that Nebben? Is that your?
Yep, Cooper Nebben on the mound.
Cooper Nebben, okay. He's behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch to Richie. That is called a strike at the knees on the outside half of the plate. And the count is 3-1. I hesitate because I don't know if he's going to call a strike or not. A good-looking pitch, 3-1 pitch. That's definitely ball 4. So the Wildcats have their 3rd base runner. Leadoff man, Richie Ferreira. And the batter now will be the shortstop, Noah Wood.
Noah Wood so far this year for the Wildcats is hitting .253 in the 7-hole with a .414 on base percentage for the Wildcats.
Right-handed hitter. We'll run the statistics in a second now. A little communication issue, I believe. The catcher going to let his infielders know exactly what the play is, trying to settle down. They're in a little bit on the grass at third. Noah has been known to put down some bunts. The Wildcats, actually, they've scouted us pretty well. The Wildcats don't mind bunting, which is a rarity now in baseball.
Yeah, we've I can't remember if it was a sectional or regional tournament, we were bunting quite a bit with the middle of our order. So Coach Free is not worried at all about the depth of his lineup with hitters, just moving guys into scoring position and getting the latter half of his lineup to drive in some runs.
He does square to bunt on the first one, takes a strike. Richie Ferreira, the base runner, he's got just a little bit above average speed for the Wildcats. I see Coach Kevin McKeithen, assistant coach of the Wildcats, telling him what the play is. The sun is beating down towards right field. It's kind of hard to see on that side of the field. Wind is blowing strong out to center field. It's kind of cool actually, as Noah steps back in and takes one high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Blake and I were talking about this, that last year I think we roasted down here, but it's actually kind of chilly with the wind blowing.
Yeah, that nice little breeze that we mentioned earlier. It's right around 70 degrees at game time. The sun's starting to go down here with some shadows reaching out over the mound and in the infield. So it's a beautiful day, though.
Noah back in, right-handed hitter, sporting a big orange and blue bat. Nevin checks the runner. Not going. The pitch to Noah is on the inside corner at the knees. And Noah's behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Noah's another one of these young guys getting a chance to play. This is a very young team. There's only 3 seniors on this Oak Ridge team.
And even though all 3 of those seniors play, I believe that from what I've talked to to coaches, to people around the team, they're going to be able to fill those holes really nicely once Cy, Richie, and Peyton leave. They've got a good team. They've got good young players. They've got some good young players with experience. Guys like Noah Wood, guys like Warren East in center field. Like some of these guys, I believe Noah's going to be a junior next year.
Right.
Along with Warren, and I believe Parker as well is only going to be a junior next year. So there's a lot of these guys that have been around and played a lot in this team.
Pitch to Noah, low and inside, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clarksville wearing basically, they're kind of Oliver Springs type colors. They've got the blue, the purple the hats with the gold numbers. Noah Wood steps back in. 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. Nobody out. We're in the top of the second inning. Scoreless game, Oak Ridge and Clarksville. State tournament round number 1. Richie Ferreira takes his lead off of first. And the 2-2 pitch. Cut on a miss. And that is a strikeout, and Noah is out number 1 here in the second inning. And the batter now will be Cy Stevens.
Cy Stevens so far this year is hitting .284 with a .389 on base percentage. And he has, give me just a moment here, he has 4 home runs so far this year. So even though he's hitting in the 8 spot, he's still got some good power. He's hitting 286. This Wildcat lineup is really deep, David.
Right-handed hitter with power, as we said. One thing we haven't talked about is the entire Wildcat team, once again, bleach their hair. It's kind of a tradition to go to the state tournament. All teams bleach their hair. Remember, you did it last year as well, but everybody did it this year. Not everybody, I don't think, did it last year. About everybody did.
I think it may have just been Caden and Izzy on our team that didn't do it. But
Pitch to Cy, swung on and missed. And the count is no balls and 1 strike. Richie Ferreira, leadoff walk. He's at first. 3 walks in the ball game for Nevin, the Clarksville pitcher. Cy behind in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Right-handed hitting senior. The runner not going, the pitch is down low. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm going to say this again. I've said it several times, but I am so impressed with the Oak Ridge crowd that is here today.
yeah, there's a lot of people that I see that are still in school, out of school, family, friends. It seemed like a lot of people that, or almost everybody that knows somebody on this team is here. There's people behind us in the stands. There's people in the bleachers to our left. There's people down the line past the dugout. It's a great turnout here from these Wildcat fans.
Tough break right there. That pitch was down low, actually went behind the catcher maybe 4 or 5 feet. Richie didn't see it get through there, and he is still at first base. Cy back in, 2 balls and 1 strike. He'll be followed by the freshman second baseman, Whit Reniger, in the Wildcat lineup. Richie a big lead at first now, bigger than before. From the stretch, here's the 2-1 pitch. Cut on and foul, tipped into the mitt, and the count is even at 2-2.
Right here, right center field, drive it. Let's go. Stay in there, don't pull out.
I see Winston and Nancy Russell in attendance here today. Always good to see them. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of community people have made the trip, including several off of the 71 and 72 baseball teams that made the state tournament. 2-2 pitch to Cy. Little outside, maybe a little low. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. He has had a lot of deep counts, John.
Yeah, most of these at bats so far from the Wildcats have been 5 pitches or more. Warren had a 5-pitch at bat. Mikey had a 5-pitch at bat. Peyton had a 7-pitch at bat. Richie had a 5-pitch at bat. Noah had a 5-pitch at bat. Cy's already up to 5 pitches. So this guy's they're really making this guy throw a lot of pitches out there on the mound, really making him work hard out there.
Timeout is asked for by Cy and granted by the home plate umpire. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Blake Woody doing our technical work over there. I feel bad. He's kind of a long ways from me. Normally he's sitting right next to me. He needed a nap before the game, but didn't take it. Looks like he hoped he won't fall asleep over there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pereira takes the lead off first. 1 out. He's going. The pitch hits him. So the Wildcats are going to have runners at first and second. Hit him square in the backside. And the Wildcats have runners at first and second with 1 out. Number 9 hitter, freshman Whit Reniger steps in. Whit really has come on late. He's done a good job at second base. And he steps in. John?
Whit's having a pretty good year so far for the Wildcats. He's really broken out. Hitting in the 9 hole, he's hitting .309 with a .365 on base percentage. So really, once again, really expressing the depth of this Wildcat lineup. There's a lot of guys that you have to get out even before you get back to the top of the order here.
Pickoff play, and Richie is out. He got caught off the bag out at second base, and the Oak Ridge fans didn't see it that way. Richie didn't either. Richie almost looked like he wanted a video replay on that, but that's a big, big break for Clarksville. I was going to say right before you said that, it wouldn't have surprised me if Whit tried to put a bunt down on that situation, but now obviously with 2 outs he's not going to. Cy is the lone base runner now, 2 outs. Nice pickoff play there by Nevin. Wildcats have had base runners but haven't been able to break free. Here's the pitch to Whit. That's down low a ball. And it's 1-0. Reniger is a freshman. As you said, he's really had I guess a breakthrough is the best way to put it. I mean, he didn't start this season starting at second base. He really got an opportunity. Unfortunately, it's kind of like the Wally Pipp, if you know anything about baseball. Lou Gehrig replaced Wally Pipp and never came out of the game for the next 15 years. But Carson Fagan was hurt, and he was playing a lot of second base and gave Witt an opportunity. He made the most of it.
Yeah, Witt's been getting on base with his bat, finding ways to drive in runs, and you'll still see Carson Fagan playing third base, but usually you'll have Peyton Witter or Cy Stevens DHing for him.
Swinging strike there, evens the count at 1-1 strike. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. The Wildcats are the visiting team taking on Clarksville, their third straight appearance at the state tournament. 1-1 pitch to the freshman. That's way outside. Nowhere close. He's had some control issues in this one. Has thrown a lot of pitches. I don't have the exact pitch number. You went through the individuals, but he has thrown a lot of pitches here, and we're only in the second inning.
Yeah, he's at 44 pitches so far, and he's not quite through, like you said, he's not quite through the second inning here. So the Wildcat offense is really making him labor to get these outs.
Cy off of first, the pitch, another ball outside, way outside. Here comes the coach for the Clarksville team, and they're going to have a little conference on the mound. Just tuned in, the Wildcats picked up a couple base runners in the first inning, failed to score. Mikey Teasley retired Clarksville 1-2-3 with a couple strikeouts and a ground out. And right now, the Wildcats have had some base runners, haven't been able to get the hit. Leadoff man on deck here by the Wildcats. There are 2 outs, though. John, you have something to say?
I do not. I'm trying to keep my stuff from blowing away right now.
Yeah, it is extremely windy. I mean, Blake and I were watching the Green Hill ball game against Blake, won by Blackman earlier, and the wind was just flowing out there, and the guy hit a ball, and the fly ball, it looked like a routine ball, sailed over the center fielder's head. It's kind of died down a little bit, but it's still blowing. As Witt steps back in, he's ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner at first for the Wildcats is Cy Stevens. Scoreless game. The pitch. There's a called strike. And the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Witt steps in. Going to bend at the knees as he steps in, batting from the left side. The pitch to him. There's ball 4. And the Wildcats have runners at first and second. And back to the top of the order we go. To the all-time single-season leader in hits, Warren East. Warren grounded out to second his first time, 0 for 1 in the ballgame. That's what you want. You got 2 guys on. You don't have great speed at second base, but base hit, he'll come around to score. Warren would love to put one in the gap someplace.
Yeah, Warren East, like you said, or like we've been saying all broadcast, he's single-season hits leader, and he's really got a good opportunity here to drive in some early runs for the Wildcats.
Swings and he misses on that one, and the count is 0-1.
Watch the ball, kid. Watch the ball.
Clarksville actually has 2 teams in the state tournament. Rossview is another. You got something to say? Warren back in once again, behind in the count, 0-1. 2 on, 2 outs. We're in the second. Pitch to Warren. That's outside. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Have my former class principal, Mrs. Stephanie Thompson, wishing the Wildcats well. We wish you could be here, Mrs. Thompson. We miss you all, or we miss you. It's a great time out here. We wish you could be out here.
Dr. Hawkins is here. You would think the boss man would allow her to come to the ball game.
I believe she's got to deal with those freshmen now. So
okay.
She had the seniors last year. We were cool.
We were awesome. Sorry about John. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cy, the lead runner at second. The pitch to Warren is hit on the ground softly to the second baseman. Going to be a bang-bang play, and he is out for the third out. The ball was hit softly, and I thought with Warren's speed he might be able to beat it out, but a nice play, and that retires the Wildcats here in the second. The Wildcats, once again, a couple base runners, actually 3 base runners. They leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom half of the second inning, live from Murfreesboro Oakland High School, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Wildcats and Clarksville are scoreless, and we'll be back in a moment.
KOC Oak Ridge shows our commitment to orthopedic excellence by providing on-site X-ray, bracing, casting, and physical therapy. We strive to take care of all of your orthopedic needs in a professional and efficient manner with the respect you deserve. We've been treating East Tennessee families for over 40 years, and we're a proud supporter of Oak Ridge High School athletics. Check out our website and give us a call at 865-558-4400. Go Wildcats!
Washboard Wash and Fold offers services other laundry services can't do. Hotels, restaurants, and vacation rentals use our service for their linens, towels, etc. Our turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours, which frees up your time to attend to other business matters. Don't attempt to handle your laundry on your own when Washboard Wash and Fold is here to service your needs. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and we're closed on Sundays. Don't forget our after-hours drop-off shoot. We're located at 113 Robertsville Road. Try us out today.
Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro Oakland High School. David Cleary, John Ulrich, along with Blake Woody. We go to the second inning. The Wildcats and Clarksville. Scoreless game. Mikey Teasley begins his second inning of work. A couple strikeouts in the first, and his first pitch floats outside. The count is 1-0. Mikey made quick work of Clarksville in the first. Pitch is hit foul back to the screen, kind of an excuse me swing. Batter is Cade Abernathy. He is the third baseman for the Clarksville team. Pitch to the plate is hit on the ground. One hop, Carson Fagan on a short hop, fields it, has time, throws in time for the out. Carson stayed with it. Ball was kind of a short hop. He fielded it. He fumbled it. It didn't get too far away from him, but he's athletic enough to regroup and throw the runner out for the first out in the inning.
Yeah, everybody talks about Mikey Teasley's arm when he's on the mound, and especially playing third, but you're really not losing a whole lot with Carson Fagan. He's still got a strong arm over there at the hot corner.
Caden Pledger is the batter now. He is the shortstop for Clarksville. And the first pitch to him is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One out here in the second. Scoreless ball game. Pitch a little bit low and outside. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. Pledger will be followed by the first baseman Carter Hedrick. 2-0 pitch. That's up high. Shaking his head. Always kind of wondered about players who, it's kind of a semi-taunt to the pitcher. 3-0 pitch. There's a called strike. Right middle of the plate. Waist high. And the count is 3 balls and 1 strike to Pledger. 3-1 pitch. Hit foul back to the screen. And after falling behind 3 balls and no strikes, he's worked the count even. 3 balls, or actually full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Parker Free has the sign, gives the sign. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That bounces away. It's ball 4. First base runner of the day for Clarksville. And the batter now, as I mentioned, will be the first baseman. That's Carter Hedrick. My apologies. Runner at first. Mikey working from the stretch. Don't know much about their speed. I don't really know much about this Clarksville team at all, except they're good. That pitch is a strike on the outside half of the plate. See, Aiden Hawkins just went to the car to get some blankets for his family. Who would have thought this time in May it'd be chilly? But it is. 1 strike pitch, cut on and missed. Fooled him badly on that one. And Mikey Teasley ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Short lead at first. 0-2 pitch. Looked like a strike. We are not getting the calls at all. It almost took a kind of a half swing at a little check swing. Didn't go all the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Mikey working from the stretch. Like I said, a short lead at first. 1-2 pitch. Hits off the glove of Parker. And down to second, the Clarksville has a runner in scoring position and a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Ball hit and kind of tipped off the mitt of Parker Free. It kind kind of rolled maybe 10 to 15 feet away from him, allowing the runner to get down to second. Righty versus lefty here. Parker with a sign. 2-2 pitch. High and tight. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mikey had to sit a while during the top half of this inning. Come out with his control not quite the same as it was in the first. Got a hit of this hitter now. Another full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, cut on a miss. That's a strikeout. It's out number 2. Couldn't keep up with that one, John.
Yeah, that was a big pitch, big strikeout, big out there for Mikey Teasley, getting the second out of this inning with a guy in scoring position out on second base.
Keaton Anderson is the batter now, another left-hander. Is he the right fielder? Trying to read your writing here. He is the right. You make that a little bit more definitive 9 there. You have good handwriting. But,
apparently not good enough for you, David.
Yeah, well, I'm not. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. That's what happens when you get in your upper 20s like me. You have nothing to say?
No comment.
That pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. We got 2 outs. Clarksville's got a runner at second base. The Wildcats have had runners all during the first 2 innings. Actually had a runner at third at one point. 1 ball, no strikes to Anderson. Mikey steps off the rubber, being bothered a bit by the runner at second. He's got 2 outs. Pitch. There's a called strike at the belt, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Keaton Anderson, the right fielder. John, I said that. You're not listening to me.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm in the right box on my in my scorebook, David. There's a lot of boxes on this thing.
John, of course, has been part of our prep radio crew for a couple of years. Did 1 football game last year, only 1. Pitch inside and high, perhaps. 2 balls and 1 strike. I remember as a freshman you spoke a little bit on the air when you were on the baseball team years ago. Did a great job with Alex Myers of the region and the sectional tournament. 2-1 pitch.
David, my freshman year was in New York.
Oh, sophomore year then. Ball bounces away and all the way back to the screen. And Mikey behind in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's the number 7 hitter in their lineup. The designated hitter, Ben Moore, is on deck. Mikey trying to end it right here. He's behind in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike. First trouble he's been, and we're only in the second of a scoreless ball game. Pitch, cut on and missed. Hard to catch up to that, and the count is full.
It was a good high fastball there from Mikey. Information from Coach Jeff Ulrich says Mikey was up to 94 miles an hour on his fastball in the first inning.
Wow.
So Mikey's got a good hard fastball today.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third. Timeout is asked for. Got really quiet in the whole field. Nobody was making noise. Might have even been able to hear the umpire down below us.
Everybody's a little scared they're going to get thrown out now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. 3-2 pitch. Go sit down. He's going to have to throw him out. Parker's throw to Cam Welch is in time, and that is a strikeout. So the Clarksville team picks up a base runner. He advances all the way to third, but we still have no score. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. We're at Murfreesboro Oakland High School on our YouTube channel Prep Radio, and we will be back in a moment.
Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is proud to be a family and locally owned, full-service pre-owned car dealership. You have the option to take your vehicle anywhere for collision repairs, and we will work with your insurance company. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is a Napa Care Center, and our service department is here for all your automotive maintenance and repair needs. Our rental fleet offers a variety of vehicles, from economy cars to passenger vans. Get your next in at Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Elizabeth Beard, ORHS, Class of 2001. Check out our inventory online 24/7 at sextonautos.com.
Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro Oakland High School. David Clary, John Ulrich, Blake Woody. Appreciate all of you watching our broadcast. I know we'd love to have the live video on there, but obviously TSSAA has regulations. They don't like live streaming, but we've got the scoreboard up. We've got the live audio. We are recording the ball game for future. As the Wildcats, Parker Free steps in. Parker is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out his first time, and he swings and he misses at that one. And the count is 0-1. We've got a scoreless game as we go to the top of the third inning. Winner advances to play, obviously, tomorrow. The loser has to drop into the loser's bracket. His double elimination tournament. Pitch to Parker is down low a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, one strike. The pitch to Parker is a breaking pitch hit on the ground. Funny hop at third. Feels it behind the bag. Throws. Not in time. He called it out. The umpiring in this game has been absolutely horrendous. I'd like to see the replay. I know you'd like to see it too, but Parker is called out, and that is out number 1. I am telling you, we obviously have Middle Tennessee umpires working this one as Mikey Teasley has words with the home plate umpire, and he'll step in batting from the right side. Mikey was walked his first time. No official plate appearances. Right-handed hitter. Pitch to him is a breaking pitch, high and tight again. Everything on Mikey has been high and inside on him. So he steps in.
Hey, worry about what they're saying in the dugout.
1 ball, no strikes. Pitch is a called strike at the belt. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, you might have heard the fan behind me say, well, exactly. He basically was telling the umpires, why don't you worry about what they're saying in the dugout and not pay attention to the game. He's being sarcastic, obviously. 1-1 pitch, cut on and miss. Good live pitch there, and Mikey Teasley behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Come on, 3, base hit.
One-two pitch, here it comes. Hit in the air. Foul territory right behind the plate. Catcher staggers a bit and makes the catch for out number 2. Better now will be Cam Welch. First inning so far that Nebben, pitcher for Clarksville, has not struggled as Cam steps in. Cam also walked his first time. 2 outs, nobody aboard. We're in the top of the third inning of this state tournament ball game here live from Murfreesboro Oakland High School. This is where we were last year. Other games taking place over at Siegel today. Cam steps in, the first pitch to him. Bounce to the plate, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Beautiful facility. I talked about it. The infield is totally artificial turf. The outfield, natural grass. 1-0 pitch. Hit well to center field, hard, but the center fielder makes the catch on the hardest hit ball by either team to this point, a line drive out to center field, and that is out number 3. So the Wildcats go 1-2-3. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. We are scoreless here from Oakland High School, and we'll be back in a moment.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Ugh, come on, seriously?
This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get with someone who can actually help. Contact me, Agent Laura Lynn Green, today.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 state championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5555 888-212-5959 or at BetsyColemanRealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
David Clary back here along with John Ulrich, along with Blake Woody. We got a scoreless ball game as Mikey Teasley begins his third inning of work. The batter now will be for Clarksville, the number 8 hitter in their lineup, the designated hitter. That is Ben Moore. And he takes one outside the strike zone. It's 1-0. I'm not going to say these guys are biased. I'm going to say they're not good, as that pitch is cut on and missed. I was told by Ben George, one of our Prep Radio crew members, he was watching the NFHS network, and he said Parker was safe on that play. And I don't remember if you were up here for that play or not, but
I was waiting in line for the facilities, and from what I saw from down there, I think he was safe, but I may be a little biased myself.
2 balls and no strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. That pitch is a called strike at the belt. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody aboard. We're in the third inning. Scoreless ball game, Oak Ridge and Clarksville. First round of the state baseball tournament. Pitch hit well to deep center. Center fielder Warren East back on it. He should make the catch. He does over his shoulder. That ball was tagged, but Warren East, right in his tracks, didn't have to go back but maybe 5 steps. When he first hit it, I thought it might have a chance to hit that wall. Warren back there makes the play.
Yeah, the 375 to the center field fence with a high wall and then great speed. We talk about it on the base paths all the time, but it really helps them out getting to those balls that are tagged out there in center field.
Number 9 hitter squares the bunt, takes one high and tight. This is Benton Barksdale. Benton is the center fielder for Clarksville. Top of the order, and Kirk Weatherford is on deck for them. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Barksdale. Pitch to the plate is a called strike at the belt. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here in this half inning, John, I want you to go through the bracket and tell the fans exactly how it all works, as that pitch is a called strike. And he's ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll do this between innings. Just getting you ready. And 2-strike pitch, called strike 3. And that is out number 2 here. And back to the top of the order we go to Kirk Weatherford.
Great breaking ball there by Mikey Teasley. Caught the inside corner, got him looking for out number 2 here.
I think that's strikeout number 4 for Mikey Teasley. We'll go through that in a second here, John. Don't worry about it. Let's get through this half inning as Weatherford steps back in. Left-handed hitter. The pitch to him is a called strike at the knees on the outer half of the plate. He struck out looking back in the first inning. Behind in the count, no balls and 1 strike. The pitch to him, cut on and missed. Mikey humming him here in the third inning. Head in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Trying to get a nice quick inning. Ball's hit on the ground, in the hole, shortstop. Oh, nice play. Throws it wildly, though. Hits the umpire. And now they have a chance to get the runner. You go get the runner. I don't know what Camp can throw the ball. And I'm not sure exactly what just happened there. The umpire didn't make a signal, I guess. Cam held the ball. The ball hit the umpire, and it bounced away, but not far enough. The runner was well off the bag, and Cam probably should have thrown it down. They would have had the runner out at second.
I don't know if any of the umpires are paying attention because the first base umpire got hit by the throw. And then I think the home plate and second base umpires may have been zoned out a little bit because nobody had made a call. But there may have been interference over at first base by Cam Welch. I don't know how because the throw was to the backside. He was out of the way, and the runner tripped probably about 10, 12 feet away from first base. So I don't really know how he's getting the free bag at second. But
one thing, though, is kind of lack of communication there on the field from the part of the Wildcats there because they would have had him dead to rights. It's a base hit and an error on the play. The base hit to allow him at first. He reached second on the error, the throwing error. So they've got a runner in scoring position. And Corbin Reynolds is the batter. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Number 2 hitter in their lineup. That pitch is a little bit high, and the count is 1-0. I'm sure Witt, if he had it all to do over again, he wouldn't throw it, but he tried to make a play. Can't fault him at all for that.
I think he just got the ball stuck in his glove trying to get a good grip on the ball.
Pitch is a little outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
That was another play by Witt, though, that I didn't think he had a chance to even get to the ball, but he almost made another fine play there.
Oh, he did make a fine play, just throw just a little errant. I agree with you 100%. Now, Mikey's got to bear down once again. He's behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch cut on miss. Oh, a nice pitch that time. And the count is 2-1. We're on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We appreciate you watching our scoreboard and listening to our audio. We are videotaping them for later replay. We cannot show them live. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jack Wyatt is on deck. He grounded out to second his first time. Reynolds ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. As I mentioned, he was a strikeout victim his first time, 0 for 1. The pitch hit on the ground, high hopper. It's going to go foul. Carson Fagan, the third baseman, gives it a look, but well foul, and the count is even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I've often thought here, and John, I know you're nicer umpires than I am, but you would think they would have the best of the best during the state tournament. Now, there's a lot of baseball, all kinds of classifications, but I have not been impressed with any of these 3 guys.
Yeah, no. I think how they've been doing the umpiring crews is just based on location. I know it was about a 3-hour drive for us, it was about a 3-hour drive for me at least this morning coming from Oak Ridge, and it's hard to get good umpires with availability that are maybe multiple hours away.
2-2 pitch is hit over towards the Oak Ridge dugout, foul. To our left, the Wildcats are on the third base side. Clarksville on the first base side. John talked about how beautiful the facility is. I didn't really give you the dimensions. To dead center field is 375. Down the left field line, 327, 324 down the right field, 348 to the right power alley, 357 to the left. Here's the 2-strike pitch, bounces away. Parker has to chase it down, and they've got a runner at third once again. Second time in the last 2 innings they've had a runner at third. Got a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We still have no score. Mikey Teasley facing a really good hitter in the person of Corbin Reynolds. Big right-hander, well over 6 feet, over 200 pounds, big boy. Deep in the box. His right foot is almost out of the batter's box. 3-2 pitch from Mikey Teasley. Go sit down. Go sit down. You're out. Strike 3 swinging. Foul tipped into the mitt, and that is the third out.
Huge pitch there by Mikey Teasley to get himself out of the inning. I believe that, I don't know for a fact, I was fixing my scorebook. I believe that was a slider that was swung on and foul tip for strike 3.
My question to you is, where is Wadungstra?
Coach Gaddis has been saying it. I think every time he's walked by us, I have no idea what he's talking about.
Why don't you talk about, I wanted you to go through the bracket here and, when the Wildcats would play, when they win or lose in this game, and just talk about the bracket upcoming and how the tournament works itself.
So far, in Game 1, which was between Blackman and Green Hill, Green Hill won that game, so they would be playing in the numerical game, Game 7, which is the winner of Blackman Green Hill, which is Green Hill, and the winner of Oak Ridge Clarksville. So if Oak Ridge wins this game tonight, they would be playing tomorrow at Oakland High School once again at 12:30 p.m. If the Wildcats lose this game, they would be playing Blackman tomorrow at 5 p.m. Also here at Oakland. And for the other side of the bracket, the only scores that I have so far is Farragut beating Independence 3-2.
So we go to the 4th inning, only 1 hit in the ball game, and that was a little infield hit. I mean, really, it was great play by Whit Renninger out there, but Mikey's made some really big pitches. He's made a couple of when they've had runners at third, and Nevin has done the same. But Mikey's made big pitches when they needed him to.
Yes, he has, and it's been really the really critical part in him avoiding these early runs in the early innings here.
Long throw down by the catcher, and we're about to start the top of the fourth inning, and the leadoff man will be, looks like Peyton Witter. He'll step in. Peyton in this ball game. He's the designated hitter. Let's see, I've got him. He grounded out to short his first time. Wildcats, both teams have had opportunities to score, but two really good pitchers dueling it out here at the state tournament. Peyton steps in with a brand new bat and takes a strike at the knees.
Somebody play New York, so we can take the lead.
I think Coach Gaddis wishes Coach Branson was in the box.
Playing some music. Ball bounced to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And we talked about this during batting practice. Peyton, our leading home run hitter, leading RBI guy this year, broke his bat, an aluminum bat, in batting practice. His dad had to run and buy a brand new bat for him for this game. That ball is hit in the air, deep to left field. Back to the wall. The ball is going. The ball is off the wall and over the wall. Peyton Witter has hit a home run.
Brand new bat from Peyton Witter. What am I watching? Great way to break this game open here in the top of the fourth inning as Peyton Witter drives one over the left center field wall. The center fielder almost brought it back for a moment. I thought he did, but he just gets that one just barely out of here with that brand new bat that we've been talking about. I think that brand new bat was money well spent.
When he hit that ball, just kept, it was a very, very high towering fly ball. I thought it was going to stay in the park. It just kept going and going and going and over the fence. Now the umpire and the Clarksville coach discussing it is 1-0 Wildcats. First hit of the ball game by our leading home run hitter on the year, Peyton Witter, and Oak Ridge leads Clarksville 1-0. Batter now is Richie Ferreira. Go ahead.
That is Peyton Witter's 9th home run of the year, and it comes in great fashion as Richie Ferreira must not have had enough pine tar on the bat as his bat goes flying into the screen over by the Clarksville dugout.
Richie just tossed that bat against the screen. The Clarksville fans were ducking as that bat went flying. But you're exactly right what you said. I liked your comment about money well spent on that baseball bat by Mr. Witter. Winston Russell in the house. Always good to see him. And Richie falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Speaking of baseball bats, I think if Richie's bat went in fair territory, it might have gone farther than Peyton's home run.
1-0 Wildcats. There's your run, Mikey Teasley. That's kind of tough to say for a starter. Here's a pitch to Richie. That's way outside a ball. That's the first hit of the game for the Wildcats. There's only been 2 hits. Very few balls have really been hit super hard. Cam Welch hit a line drive, scorcher to center field, which was caught as Richie swings and he misses, and he strikes out. Batter now will be Noah Wood. Noah was a strikeout victim his first time. 1-0 Wildcats. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Oak Ridge taking on Clarksville, trying to win their 3rd ever state tournament game. First one came against Science Hill in 1972. The second one came against Bradley Central 52 years later, last year here on this field. Long way to go in this one. We're only in the 4th inning. Noah behind in the count, no balls and 1 strike. The pitch to him is hit on the ground. Soft little hop. Third baseman feels it, throws low, throws it away. Noah Woods heading towards second base. Wildcats will have a runner in scoring position. He had plenty of time. He fielded it on a short hop, threw it in the turf. It bounced funny. It didn't come up with a true hop. It eluded the first baseman, rolled over towards the Clarksville dugout, and the Wildcats have Noah Wood at second base with 1 out.
Yeah, this top of the 4th inning here is starting to fall apart for Clarksville a little bit with Peyton's home run to get the Wildcats up 1-0, and then a mental mistake by the third baseman there, allowing Noah Wood to reach second base.
And here comes Cy Stevens to the plate. Cy was hit by a pitch his last time. Wildcats a base hit. Means a run. Noah with good speed at second base. Right-handed hitting senior. Cy steps in. Officially 0 for 0 in the ball game. Like I said, hit by a pitch. Pitch to the plate is way up high. 1 ball and no strikes. Nevin had his best inning back in the third inning. He retired the Wildcats for the first time in order, but has given up a solo home run to Peyton Witter here in the fourth to give the Wildcats a 1-0 lead. Stevens back in, calls timeout, waiting for Nevin. He waited too long, and he steps out. One ball, no strikes. Noah Wood, the base runner at second. They sneak in behind. They give a pickoff play again, this time not successful. Cy steps back in. Ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Cy with power himself. One of the top home run hitters on the team this year and a year ago. Pitch to him. Low. And oh, man. Called a strike. It was low and inside, but we haven't really gotten much out of these Middle Tennessee guys yet.
Yeah, it was a good breaking ball, but I'm not quite sure if that one caught the corner of the zone or not.
Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second. Noah Wood, 1 out, 1 in. Nevin to the plate. Ball is low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wildcats, as I mentioned, have 3 seniors. One of them hit the home run. That's Peyton. Richie Ferreira and Cy Stevens, the other 2. 3-1 pitch. Cut on and missed. And actually it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Whit Renninger is on deck for the Wildcats. 1 out, 1 in. Noah Wood, the base runner. Cy back in. Big burly left fielder with his bleach blonde hair like the rest of the Wildcats. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's low and outside. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nevin has thrown a lot of pitches in this one. I don't know if John still has the pitch count, but he has thrown a ton of pitches.
73 to be exact. He's starting to lose a handle on things here after the Peyton Witter home run and the error by his third baseman to allow Noah Wood to reach second.
Cy calls timeout once again, gets tired of waiting on Nevin. Clarksville dugout making a little noise. I'm surprised they haven't been scolded by the umpires. Both dugouts have been scolded for being teenagers. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Was that too mean, Blake? 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Another 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. That's outside corner. He called strike 3. It's close. It's a borderline pitch. But very inconsistent strike zone. Very inconsistent strike zone. Can you hear that one?
Yeah. This game has reminded me of one of the games, I believe, in the sectional tournament where I was wondering where the umpire's strike zone had went, David.
All you care about is consistency from the home plate umpire. Not getting it this time. Loud enough. Pitch. Outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs now. To the freshman, Whit Renninger. Whit his first time. Can't read my own writing. Was out, I believe. Might have walked. Let's see. He actually did walk. Time is called once again. 1 ball, no strikes. Noah Wood still the base runner at second. We've got 1 run in. It's 1-0 Wildcats. Chris trying to advance in the winner's bracket to play tomorrow against Green Hill, I believe. As the pitch comes in, bounces at the plate. Nice stop by the catcher. Seen some really good catching play by all the teams we've seen, Blackman and Green Hill. John?
Yeah, that was a great block by the catcher there. I got to hand that to him. That was a really tough pitch to handle outside. Took a funny hop, and he kept that ball right in front of the plate. So it's good job by, I believe that's Corbin Reynolds, to keep Noah Wood from advancing to third.
2 balls and no strikes to the freshman, second baseman for the Wildcats. Steps in once again. 2 balls and no strikes.
I think it's 5-Star Preps or something streaming it.
No, NFHS Network.
NFHS Network.
You got to subscribe to it. You got to pay for it. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch. That's ball 3. Top of the order, and Warren East on deck for the Wildcats. So they're telling us that Clarksville is streaming the game live. That's against the TSSAA rules.
I believe, what is it? I think you said it was NFHS something.
They can watch that, but
network. They have the streaming rights, but
they do. That's actually the official TSSAA network. That's a pay-to-watch, pay-per-view type thing. But I don't know if they're actually streaming their own. That's what, according to what they're saying behind us. Witt needs to step back in with 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ball's hit in the left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Getting the stop sign. Wildcats are going to score a run. I apologize. Whit Reniger just put his bat, poked it in the left field for a base hit. All the way around the score was Noah Wood. They kind of got Whit in a rundown, but they didn't retire him in second. The Wildcats have 2 runs.
Yeah, that throwing error by the first baseman on the throw after the throw over from the third baseman really is what allowed Noah Wood to score, because if they had tagged, or if it was a good throw and they had tagged Whit Reniger out at second, the runner wouldn't have scored.
Just as that happened, a bug went into my mouth. So I'm still trying to suffer with that. But Wildcats have 2 runs in the top of the order, and Warren East once again. Warren 0 for 2 in the ballgame. A couple ground outs to second base. 2-0 Wildcats. We're in the 4th inning. 2 hits in the ballgame. 1 the home run by Peyton Witter to start this inning, and then the little soft single to left field by the freshman Whit Reniger. 2-0 Wildcats. Warren in, runner in scoring position. The ball is a called strike at the knees. You have to change that. Add something. Warren back in. No balls, 1 strike. Cocks his bat. Runner off the second of the pitch. Way outside. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 runs in for the Wildcats. We're in the 4th inning. 2-0 Wildcats. Clarksville and Oak Ridge. Clarksville, their 3rd consecutive year making the state tournament. Oak Ridge dugout encouraging the sophomore leadoff man for the Wildcats. 1-1 pitch. Almost hit him. Called a strike.
What?
It almost hit him.
I don't think us and the umpires are looking at the same game here, David.
Yeah, I don't think he's watching the same game that we are. It almost hit him.
That just about hit him right in the kneecap, David.
I'm glad you're finally picking on umpires like I did. But that was pitiful. It almost hit him.
On a call like that, how can I not?
1 ball, 2 strikes. The videotape will not lie. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, I have to wait because I don't know if he's going to call a strike or a ball. That one's down low, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You never know with these 3 blind mice.
He can hear us. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Whit Reniger is the base runner at second. 2 runs in for the Wildcats. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Warren back in. 2-2 pitch. That's outside the ball. And I believe the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good job of hitting. We'll talk about it here in a second by Whit Reniger to get that run in. Just put the bat out. Didn't have to do anything fancy. Just poked it into left field.
Yeah, it was deep in the at-bat there. It was a 6-pitch single. So he was fighting off some tough pitches, got himself into a deep count, and just dumped that one into left field to score the run from second.
3-2 pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. That was a good-looking pitch that time, and that is out number 3. But a very productive inning for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Oak Ridge leaves a runner at second, but they score 2. The home run by Peyton Witter and the RBI single by Whit Reniger. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mikey Teasley will return to the mound. 2-0 Wildcats. We'll be back to Murfreesboro, Oakland in a moment.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. ORUD has generous appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances from us and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. We're a one-stop shop. We'll sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. Plus, you can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying. Comfort you can feel, savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas. Visit our showrooms in Oak Ridge, Kingston, and our virtual showroom at ORUD.org.
Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro Oakland High School. Wildcats have a 2-0 lead. A lot of baseball to be played here. Mikey has been very, very good. He's only had really one bad inning, and it wasn't that bad. Honestly, he's only given up 1 hit. Wildcats. Teasley comes to the plate. The first pitch is outside the ball. Getting dark in here. I don't remember any night games last year except for that rain game that we had.
That was not fun.
No. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Let's see. I'm going to catch up who's batting here. I believe this is Wright. He swings and he misses. Yes, this is Jack Wright. He grounded out to second. I'm sorry. I continue. What is it? Wyatt, sorry. I told you my eyes are not good, John. 2-1 pitch, called strike at the belt. Now the Clarksville fans are not happy.
I don't think anybody's happy with these umpires, Dave.
No, the guy down at third base telling Oak Ridge to shut up, it was just ridiculous. 2-2 pitch, called strike 3. Go sit down. Mikey Teasley, another strikeout. Beautiful pitch on the inside half of the plate. Just couldn't pull the trigger, John.
No, that curveball locked him up. That was a great breaking ball right there by Mikey Teasley for strike 3 in the first out of the bottom of the 4th.
Kate Abernathy is the batter now. He grounded out to Carson Fagan first time. Timeout is asked for by the batter. Mikey Teasley selected Mr. Baseball. You can go ahead and send that if you want there, Mr. Ulrich. Pitch is a called strike. Mikey, as we talked about, normally, especially in the district ball games, the big games, Camden Welch usually starts, but Mikey getting the start today, and he throws one just a little bit low. And he looks like vintage Mikey Teasley.
Yeah, he's been good so far today against a really good Clarksville lineup.
1-1 pitch, inside corner, had him ducking out. I don't know if he thought it was going to hit him, but it hit the inside corner. Mikey just painting the corners.
That's a Mikey special, dropping that curveball in on him.
There's another strikeout. Go sit down. Go sit down. And that's out number 2 here in the 4th inning in a 2-0 game with the Wildcats on top. How many strikeouts is that you got him for now?
Let me count here my scorebook. Struck out 2 in the first inning, 2 in the second, 2 in third, and 2 so far here in the fourth. He's got 8 Ks, not even through 4 innings.
Swings and he misses at that one. And the count is 0-1. 2-0 Wildcats. Strike 2. Fastball in the outer half of the plate. And Mikey Teasley, he's working quickly like he likes to do. Mikey likes to work fast. That's one thing about him. He just gets the ball, gets the sign from his catcher, Parker Free, and I think the Clarksville guy says he's working way too fast and steps out and just kind of slow down his rhythm.
Yeah, the rhythm that Mikey Teasley's in right now, I mean, just trying to, as he blows another fastball by the shortstop to end the inning. You got to deal with his stuff already, but having to deal with the quick pace that he works at, you have no time to think about what he might throw next. Makes him so much harder to hit off of. And another great inning there from Mikey Teasley as he strikes out the side in order.
And we go to the top of the 5th inning. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top by a score of 2-0 as we broadcast on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Blake Woody's doing our camera work and scoreboard work. I know it's very frustrating, if you're an older person, you're used to listening to radio broadcasts, but over the last several years we've been able to do the YouTube broadcasts, and unfortunately we weren't able to do the home games this year, but TWSAA does not allow us to do the video stream, but we are taping it.
Yeah, another update from Coach Jeff Ulrich. Mikey must have the adrenaline pumping out there. Another 94 on the gun there to end the inning on his last strikeout.
Yeah, there's a lot of major league pitchers that can't hit the 94. I mean, a lot of them hit 100, but Mikey, obviously
Just mentioned New York, we're up 2-0.
Well, Coach Gaddis once again with his commentary. He didn't ask for Wedunstra at that time, but got a lot of baseball to be played here, John. You've played in a lot of these games before, and Mikey's had very limited. He hasn't had a lot of deep counts. I mean, when you strike out a lot of people, you're going to throw a lot of pitches, but he's just been perfect. That ball, only a couple balls have been hit hard off of him. Only really one that I remember, and it was an out to a Warren East in the deep center field.
Yeah, it was also the only ball that Clarksville's gotten in the air against Mikey. Everything else has either been a walk, strikeout, or ground out. So they're struggling to put the ball in play off of him. And Mikey's cruising. This is fun to watch.
It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Wildcat lineup here in the top of the 5th. Parker Free, Mikey Teasley, and Camden Welch. Parker is 0 for 2 in the ball game. Trying to reach base safely here. The Wildcats could use some more. Pitch to him is on the inside corner for a called strike.
Wow,
Cut on and missed, and the count is 0-2 to Parker Free. Peyton Witter had a home run earlier. The Wildcats had an RBI single from Whit Reniger. Wildcats, that's their 2-0 lead. Pitch to the plate, cut on a miss. Pitch well outside the strike zone, and Parker 0 for 3 in the ball game. And the batter now will be Mikey Teasley. Mikey steps in. Saw Mikey today. He was eating lunch at Cookout today. Wanted to see exactly what he was eating. I don't know. It's the greatest pregame meal to have before a big state tournament game, but whatever he ate, maybe the whole rest of the guys need to head there tomorrow. The pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike.
I remember last year you brought up on the broadcast that I went and got Freddy's before a game, and I had a great game. So who knows? Fast food may be the lunch of champions.
Maybe so, as that ball hits about 4 feet in front of the plate, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mikey Teasley, Mr. Baseball, named yesterday. Beat out some really, really fine players, including one of the guys on this Clarksville team, a guy from Germantown, Houston as well. And 2 seniors, and Mikey the junior won it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch, hit foul. Back to the screen. And the count is 1-2.
Usually I think there may be a little bit of favoritism with seniors as it may be their last chance in high school, but Mikey winning it as a junior over 2 seniors really is a testament to how good he's been for this Oak Ridge team so far this year.
1-2 to Mikey, and almost hit him. Brushed him off the plate, and the count is 2-2. I got a lot of questions after he won yesterday if we had ever won a Mr. Baseball, and we had not. He was number 1. We have some Mr. Footballs and a couple Miss Basketballs. 2-2 pitch to Mikey, hit in the gap. That's a base hit for Mikey Teasley. It is going to roll. Mikey's taking the wide turn. Here comes the throw in. It's a double. Mikey Teasley in with a sliding double, and the Wildcats have another runner in scoring position. Nothing fancy. Didn't try to hit the ball out of the park. Just poked it in the gap in the right center field, and the Wildcats will bring Kipton Fagan to run for him. Nice piece of hitting again by Mikey.
Yeah, like you said, great piece of hitting there from Mikey Teasley. Gets a fastball on the outer half of the plate there and drives it to right center field, and is a hustle double there from Mikey Teasley. He's great speed there on the base paths. Although he is the pitcher, which will I guess force Coach Free's, or not force Coach Free's hand, but have Coach Free leaning towards a courtesy runner, so Mike can get a break.
Kipton takes a big lead, pitches in the dirt, and Kipton, he's going to throw it to third, and he's going to throw it to second, and Kipton, who was caught halfway between second and third, the ball bounced away. He threw down to second. Kipton went on to third, and the Wildcats have a runner at third now. I didn't call that real well because it was almost an out, but the Wildcats take advantage of it, and Fagan is the base runner at third.
That's just a testament to the speed of these Oak Ridge base runners. Something Coach Free's been preaching since I've been there is on the base pass, be aggressive, really put the pressure onto these opposing defenses. And like we've seen earlier this year in the regional tournaments against Farragut and the sectional series, against Science Hill, these Oak Ridge base runners are putting the pressure on these opposing defenses. And so far, these opposing defenses have been cracking under that pressure.
Pitch is down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. There is some movement, and somebody's throwing in the Clarksville bullpen down the first base side. Cam Welch back in the box. 2 balls and no strikes. Affectionately called, as you all know, by Cheeto, by his teammates and fans. Hit the ball hard his last time. That's a pitch called a strike on the outside half of the plate at the knees, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner at third is Kipton Fagan. Reached base on the double, and then was the runner, and then was able to advance to third. Wildcats could use one in play here to get that third run home. It's 2-0 Wildcats here in the 5th inning. Here's the pitch to Cam. Cut on and foul tipped into the mitt, and the count is even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Here, 2-3.
Nevin has gone all the way for Clarksville. Kip Fagan takes his lead off at third. A short one. Here's the pitch. Cut on a miss. Big strikeout right there as Camden Welch goes down. Wildcats are going to need a 2-out base hit from Peyton Witter. Peyton's last time hit one around the 357 mark for a home run to give the Wildcats that 1-0 lead. They currently lead 2-0. Runner at third. Peyton. 1 for 2 in the ball game. As I mentioned, the home run, he also grounded out. Pitch to him. Almost hits him, bounces away. Here comes Kipton Fagan. Here's the throw. He's safe. He's safe. He's safe. 3-0 Wildcats. Oak Ridge scores off the glove of the catcher. Kipton Fagan races home, and it's 3-0 Wildcats here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, catcher couldn't quite get the wrangle on that wild pitch as it went soaring above Peyton Witter's head and towards the Oak Ridge dugout, which allows Kipton Fagan to score. So another big break, and like I said earlier, with Kipton Fagan really putting the pressure on the Clarksville defense with his speed, it's showing as the Wildcats get another run.
Ball's hit foul off the first base side, and Peyton has an even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The Wildcats now with a 3-0 lead over Clarksville. The winner to play Green Hill. That's a school out of Mount Juliet. We saw them play Blackman. They can hit the ball well. I watched them in the first ball game. They hit the ball extremely well. First appearance in the state tournament. That pitch is way up high to Peyton Witter, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll have to, if we get to do the interviews after the game, I'd be eager to see what Peyton thinks about his brand new bat.
I am too. He'd smoke that ball out to left center.
Takes a strike there, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Takes a little walk around the batter's box. He'll step back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody aboard for the Wildcats. A run in. 3-0 Wildcats. Nevin has the sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. He takes it on the inside corner for called strike 3. But Wildcats pick up another insurance run. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning here at the state tournament. Murfreesboro, Oakland High School. Wildcats on top by a score of 3-0. And we'll be back to Murfreesboro in a moment.
How do you say the name? TN Bank?
Nope.
Tin Bank? So what is it?
10 Bank. 10, as in Tennessee. Right here where all our banking decisions are made. Not some corporate office in who knows where. 10 Bank partners with small businesses in our community to help them grow.
Really?
Yes, that's local banking from 10 Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro, Oakland. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning in a 3-0 ball game. The Wildcats on top. I've lost my place here. That pitch is outside. John, who's this batting for them? I lost my place in the book.
This is the first baseman, Carter Hedrick.
He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch outside, way outside, and Mikey falls behind, 3 balls and no strikes. .30 pitch. Right at the belt. That looked like a strike. Typically on the old automatic 3-0, it was belt high, very inconsistent. I mean, that's been called a strike most of the night. The guys in purple. My apologies once again. And here comes Coach Free's going to talk to Mikey. Got a 3-0 lead here, the Wildcats in the lead. We're in the 5th inning. John got really quiet here as the conversation takes place on the hill. We're on our YouTube channel. We've got several hundred people watching it right now or listening to our broadcast. This is like radio. This is you've done the streaming, but this is radio. So that's why we're talking so much. But Mikey, what's he thinking right now?
I think Coach Free right now just heading out there, just give him a quick break, get him locked back in after a 4-pitch walk. Because so far today, Mikey's been throwing strikes. That 4-pitch walk has been very unlike him so far.
So they've got a runner on first with nobody out. We're in the 5th inning. Wildcats have out hit them 3-1. Clarksville's committed 2 errors. Mikey working from the stretch. The pitch on the inside corner, but low, and the count is 1-0. So a little bit loss of control here. Short lead at first. 3-0, the Wildcats in the lead. State tournament action here from Murfreesboro. Pitch, there's a nice one right down the turnpike, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. John, Alex will tell you the worst part about doing games with me is having to do the tweets.
Yep, I can't. I'm trying to do so many things at once. I'm trying to commentate. I'm trying to do my scorebook. I'm trying to do your tweets. You're just sitting over here talking, David.
Well, look at Blake over there. He's having to do the scoreboard, the camera, and everything else. I just get to talk. You're right.
I was doing all that last week. Alex was just talking. I was doing what he's doing and what I'm doing.
There's a base hit to left field. They're going to have runners at first and second. The ball hit the opposite way, right between the hole, between the shortstop and the third baseman. And Clarksville's got something going here in the fifth inning. In a 3-0 game, their second hit of the ball game. And number 5 steps in for them. He is the number 8 hitter in their lineup. This is Ben Moore. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Runners at first and second for Clarksville. Mikey trying to work out of trouble here, and that pitch is a called strike. Couldn't pull the trigger on it, and the count is 0-1. This Clarksville team, one of the top-ranked teams in the state. Miscommunication. The coach at Clarksville talking with Moore as he wanders on down to the third base coaching box, and just outside of it. And Cam Welch comes in over from first base to have words with Mikey Teasley. And Parker Free also joins the conversation as well. 1 strike the count. Wildcats in a 3-0 ball game in the state tournament here, trying to win their 3rd ever state tournament ball game. The Wildcats, as I mentioned earlier, beat Science Hill in 1972, beat Bradley Central last year here at Murfreesboro Oakland High School. 1 strike the count. Moore, the number 8 hitter. They've got runners at first and second. Mikey comes to the plate. Another called strike. And the count is 0-2. Mikey seems to have found the strike zone here in the last 2 pitches. Thank you, John.
Only took me 3 batters to finish your tweet.
No balls and 2 strikes. Go sit down. Take a seat. Out number 1 here in the 5th inning as he swings and he misses at a high pitch.
Good slider there from Mikey Teasley. Starts that at the up and in corner of the zone and has that just slide away from the batter, swing and a miss for a huge first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Number 9 hitter steps in. That is Benton Barksdale. He struck out looking his first time. Right-handed hitter. Runners at first and second for Clarksville. The pitch. That one's outside. Bounces a little bit away from Parker, but he recovers. Not too far. And the count is 1-0. The wind is kind of all but stopped now. It was blowing so strong out to center field. Mikey working from the stretch. Parker Free, his sophomore catcher, gives him the sign. Relayed from the Oak Ridge dugout. And the pitch, there's a called strike. And that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. I know you all talked about this the other day, but does Coach Ball call the balls and strikes, the pitches? What does he do from the dugout?
Coach Ball has done a great job this year. He does call the pitches. He's been a great pitching strategist, you can say, all year long. With a staff that has a really great staff ERA. I can pull up the numbers here in a minute, but he's done a great job with these Oak Ridge pitchers so far as we look to keep that going in the state tournament.
2-1 pitch, cut on a miss. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This young man was a strikeout victim his first time. Number 9 hitter, Benton Barksdale. Mikey could use a strikeout here. The leadoff man is on deck. He has reached base safely once. He had that infield single. Mikey trying to get out number 2 right here. There it is. Swinging strikeout, and that is out number 2. But back to the top of the order we go. And that's the 2 strikeouts you talked about. You said Mikey needed 2 more strikeouts. And what is that?
Mikey has now reached 125 strikeouts so far this season. And I believe 10 or 11 starts. So Mikey's been absolutely fantastic this year for the Wildcats. Dominant, you can say.
Pitch to Weatherford is low and outside. He's the leadoff man for them. Left-handed hitter. He looks like 1 for 3 in the game. Reached on an error, struck out, and had a single. Runners at first and second. The pitch is hit. Foul territory. Coming back our way. And saved by John Ulrich. Did you break your hand on that one?
Maybe. It's a little numb right now.
Yeah. That ball came straight back. And I was looking at these people behind us, but you took one for the team there, John. I think you saved all these older fans that are here behind us. Good job, John. We'll take you to the emergency room later.
Just gotta make sure the camera's okay.
Yeah, get the shot. That's what I always told you in football. Don't worry about your body. Get the shot. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch, called strike 2.
And don't break the cam. You forgot about that part.
Mikey Teasley has had some big pitches in this game to get out of some jams. He's in one right now. First and second. 2 outs, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Weatherford steps back in. Mikey checks the runner at second. The 1-2 pitch. That's up high. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Almost caught that ball. Hit me in the palm.
I'm wondering if Blake even saw the ball over there.
I saved you, Blake.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Mikey comes in. Ball hit foul to the opposite side, down the left field side, well out of play. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. How many pitches has Mikey thrown? We're in the 5th.
Mikey's currently at 85 pitches.
Trying to close down the 5th right here with the Wildcats holding on to a 3-0 lead. 2-2 pitch. That's up high. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Corbin Reynolds is on deck for them. He's struck out 2 different times, but Mikey wants to get this guy right here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. 2 outs. 5th inning. Parker free with the sign. Timeout is asked for by the batter. He stays in the batter's box. Parker gets out of the catcher's box. Kind of hopped his way over to the left. Now comes back in. Here is a 3-2 pitch. That's up high, ball 4. So, the Clarksville has the bases loaded, 2 outs, and Corbin Reynolds, a strikeout victim twice, is the batter. We've talked about this during the game. Mikey has made some really big pitches when he's needed to. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
He needs another one of those big pitches here. He got ahead in the count, 1-2, but just not quite able to finish the batter off there. Mikey's going to be looking for a big 3rd out here to try to keep Clarksville off the board here in the 5th.
Wildcat defense has been solid. They haven't been tested a whole lot in this game. That pitch is cut on a miss. He was trying to give his team the lead and swung through it, and the count is 0-1. Bases full of Clarksville players.
We still don't know their mascot, David. We probably got to get on that.
1 strike pitch, a little low and inside. Oak Ridge fans, you probably can hear them behind us. They thought it was a strike. I think it probably was a little bit too inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
All day long with that blue. All day long.
Good crowd of Oak Ridge Wildcat fans. You can hear them behind us. To this point, enjoying it. 1-1 pitch. Cut on and missed. Might have foul tipped it. Count is 1-2, and Mikey 1 strike away from getting out of a mess here in the 5th inning. Clarksville has the bases loaded. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Corbin Reynolds back in. He struck out twice in this one, and he hits the ball in the gap. That's going to score maybe 3. Ball is going to roll to the fence. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes the 3rd run, and we are tied. That ball hit in the right center field gap, and we've got a 3-3 ball game. That ball was perfectly placed, and it's 3-3. Nice hit there by Reynolds.
I think that double just made my hand hurt a little bit more.
And they've got the go-ahead run in scoring position. Ball was tagged, went all the way to the 346 mark in the power alley in right center field, and we've got a brand new ball game, and Mikey still has to get the 3rd out here in the 5th inning. You can hear the Clarksville fans as well making a lot of noise. Go-ahead run in scoring position at second base. Number 3 hitter in their lineup. Mikey had struck him out twice, but he got all of that one. Another left-handed hitter here. Runner at second, the pitch. Outside corner for a called strike. Way outside. We'll take it. We haven't gotten a lot of calls. We'll take that one.
Working overtime, Blue. You're going to be working overtime.
1 strike pitch. That one's down low, a ball. Fans on both sides not happy with the umpiring. Good job of hitting there by Reynolds. You got to give the guy his credit. I know he's not an Oak Ridge guy, but he hit the ball hard.
I don't like him, David.
Okay.
I don't like him.
No balls or 2 strikes. The pitch, that's down low. The scoreboard says 1 and 2. I'm not so sure if John says that is correct. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 3 in. Tie ball game, 3-3. Third hit of the game, a bases clearing double. Mikey trying to close the 5th right here. He doesn't on that pitch. Pitch is down low, a ball, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the state tournament. Double elimination. Winners move on. The losers fall into the losers bracket. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mikey checks the runner at second. And the 2-2 pitch. Goes all the way back to the screen. And Mikey has to field it. Hits off the brick wall and took a strange carom up the first base line. And the count is full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Might have been an overthrow there by Mikey trying to get that 3rd strike. And they've got a runner at 3rd. That is the potential go-ahead run. We're in the 5th inning in a 3-3 ball game. All 3 runs scored this inning. The Wildcats scored 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Clarksville fans, that loud. They're off to our right. They've got them on the corners now. Let's see. Coach Free signaling from the Oak Ridge dugout what he wants as their number 4 hitter steps in. That is Cade Abernathy. He steps in, right-handed hitter, runners on the corners. Parker with the sign, the pitch, runner going from first. They don't throw down, so they got a couple runners in scoring position. Obviously, you throw down, runner from 3rd might advance. Mikey behind in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Big moment in this ball game. Trying to close out this 5th inning without any more damage. 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike at the belt on the outside half of the plate, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Winner plays Greenhill. The loser plays Blackman. 1-1 pitch, hit foul. Back to the screen. And the count is 1-2. Abernathy 0 for 2 in the ball game. A ground out to 3rd and a strikeout. Mikey would like one of those 2 right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ball hit on the ground to the shortstop. Noah Wood boots it and throws the ball away and throws it away, and 2 runs scored. 5-3. Clarksville takes the lead. Routine ground ball. He struggled with it to pick it up, dropped it, and then panicked a bit, John, and threw the ball high. It sailed over the top of the first baseman, Cam Welch, went way off into the net, and it's now 5-3, a 5-run inning for Clarksville.
Yeah, the pressure at Oak Ridge has been so good on putting their opponents backfires on them there as Noah Wood makes a mental mistake throwing that ball into the stands.
Yeah, I heard somebody behind. You know, it's very easy to say that. You know, Noah probably should have just kept it. I mean, they would have had runners. You know, might have 1 run would have scored, but now 2 are in, and they've got a runner at second in a 5-3 ball game, a 5-run inning for Clarksville. Pitch is on the inside corner, but low, I guess, and the count is 1-0. Wildcats were cruising until this inning. Bases loaded. His control kind of lost him. Some base on balls. Some misplays in the field. There's a called strike. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wildcats still have a couple innings to get back in it. They're only down 2, 5-3, but Mikey wants to keep it right where it is. Only 3 hits in the game. Wildcats commit their first error. There's a called strike, and the count is 1-2. That's one thing. Mikey has been ahead of these last few batters, hasn't been able to close the deal. See what he can do here, trying to end this bleeding here in the fifth. And ball bounces away. Parker is not going to be able to throw him out. It is a strikeout, but it popped out of Parker's mitt, and the wheels are just kind of falling off here, John Ulrich. Wildcats had the third out there, but ball just popped off his mitt all the way back to the screen, and now they've got runners at first and third, and this is one of those nightmare innings. And we're going to have a conversation on the mound between all the infielders. Tough break there. He got the strikeout, and he's credited with the strikeout, but it just popped off Parker's mitt, and it rolled back so far he just couldn't throw the runner out.
Yeah, I'm wondering as to a little bit of the reason why Coach Ball or Coach Free hasn't taken another visit out there to Mikey. He needs a much-needed break.
But I think the second visit, though, he has to come out, though, right?
Oh, I forgot about that rule.
Yeah, so they can't come out, honestly, as runners going. That pitch is a called strike. Kind of a delayed action by the umpire. The Clarksville fans not too happy about it. 5-3 our score. 5 runs in for Clarksville in this state tournament ball game. Mikey to the plate. Hit the ball foul, and he hit it hard up the first base line, and the count is 0-2. John, Mikey has had some 2-strike counts on these last several batters. He just hasn't been able to get that last out.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of pitches this inning, so he's probably getting tired out there. So looking for a third out here, big third out to get these Wildcats back in this game.
Pitch is inside. It's 1-2 now. 5 runs in. Wildcat fans, still two more innings to go. Things were just kind of cruising along at 3-0, but Clarksville, good team, hits the ball on the ground. First base side, Cam Welch fields it. It's a race to the bag, and he wins it. That's out number 3. He dove for it, and that's the third out, but a really, really big inning, obviously, for Clarksville. They score 5 runs, walks, a crucial error, big hit, the bases clearing double by Reynolds, and they have a 5-3 lead. John, still 6 outs to work with. Wildcats just have to go back to work. Take a break here. John doesn't want to talk. We'll be back to Murfreesboro, Oakland in a moment.
Did you know that Summit Medical Group was voted the best family practice in internal medicine in 2023? We do walk-in same-day appointments and are currently accepting new patients. For the convenience of our patients, we have on-site physical therapy, a lab, x-ray, and ultrasound. Come see our new location at 850 Briarcliff Avenue in Oak Ridge. To schedule an appointment, call 865-483-3172. We're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays 9 to 5. Summit Medical Group of Oak Ridge, the leaders in primary care. Get to the Summit.
You've worked hard to build your business, and we want to help you protect it. The team at Fox Insurance Group believes your business deserves the expertise of a local insurance agent. With business insurance from Todd Fox at Fox Insurance Group and Encova Insurance, you can make sure your business stays up and running no matter what happens. If you own a business, make sure it's fully protected by contacting Fox Insurance Group. Visit www.grayfoxins.com or call 865-482-0513.
Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro, Oakland. 5-3 Clarksville on top. The number 1 team in the state, not beating the Wildcats currently. That pitch is foul, tipped by Richie Ferreira. It'll be Richie, followed by Noah Wood, then Cy Stevens. Wildcats down 2, 5-3. Big 5-run inning in the bottom of the 5th. Richie leads things off, hits the ball foul to the opposite side down the left field line. He's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Richie walked his first time, was a strikeout victim his last time. Stands in, left-handed hitting senior. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Almost hit him. Bounced to the plate, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I believe it was Arlington we started with last year in the first round. Nolensville.
First round was Nolensville.
Lost that game, then beat Bradley, and then lost to Arlington in the third game. The ball is hit foul off to the left side over towards the field house to the left. The bad scenario is to get into the losers bracket because you have to play so many ball games. It's not impossible, but it's not the most, especially the good news is the Wildcats have a lot of pitching depth. As the ball bounces away, Richie's going to try to run it out. Here comes the throw, and it's in time for the out. Richie is a strikeout victim. The catcher was able to recover to throw him out, and that is out number 1 here in the 6th inning. Batter now will be Noah Wood. Noah is 0 for 2 in the ball game, was a strikeout victim and reached on an error. It's 5-3 currently. Clarksville on top. Clarksville, a lot of life in their section of fans to our right and down below. We're on the 2nd level here at Murfreesboro Oakland High School. Right-handed hitter. Noah steps in. The wind, the pitch to him. Inside corner for a called strike. Cy Stevens will follow for the Wildcats. Pitch to the plate. Bounces away and count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Oak Ridge dugout still in it. The Oak Ridge fans, we've come in some pretty big numbers here. Unfortunately, that 5-run inning, a tough one. I mean, it's hard to recover, but the Wildcats have the bats to do it. Got to start with this man, Noah Wood. 1-1 pitch to him is way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Noah just has to have a good at bat here. Now the catcher will go out to talk to him. How many pitches has this guy thrown?
He's thrown 112 so far this game.
Wow.
It's the Wildcat batters have really been making him work. They've been getting into deep counts all game, but these 3 runs that they have on the board right now are not going to be enough unless we can keep adding on here.
Noah back in. 2 balls and 1 strike to him. 1 out. Nobody aboard here in the 6th. Pitch to Noah is down low. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Noah's got to make it be a strike right here. We need a base runner. Or 2 or 3. 3-1 pitch. There's a called strike at the knees, and it makes the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Great turnout of fans from both teams here in Murfreesboro. Noah back in. 3-2 pitch to him. Cut on and missed. And that is a strikeout. So it's going to be a strike anyway, but Noah swings through it, and the batter now will be the number 8 hitter in the lineup. That'll be Cy Stevens. Wildcat runs have scored on a solo home run by Peyton Witter, an RBI single by Whit Reniger, and then a wild pitch also giving the Wildcats their 3rd run. 5-3 they trail as Cy steps in. The pitch to him is cut on a miss. Cy trying to get one of those run backs there. 1 strike pitch. Oh, I don't know where that one was. I guess a little bit low, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. A lot of community people have made the trip to Murfreesboro. 1-1 pitch. Cut on a miss. Cy needs to be a hitter here. Quickly back in the batter's box. They've been getting stronger. That pitch is outside, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Double elimination tournament. Winners advance to play Greenhill. The loser plays Blackman. That pitch outside, called strike 3. That was outside the strike zone from my vantage point. Umpire saw it differently, and that is the 3rd out. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, John. The pitch looked a little outside, but Wildcats still have 1 at bat. Mikey or whoever is going to come out and kind of keep it right where it is at 5-3.
Yes, these past few innings, Wildcats have been catching a lot of tough breaks. To me, that one looked like it was outside of the other batter's box line. So, as we've been saying earlier, we've got a long running tab against these umpires.
And Wildcats are going to make a pitching change. Looks like it's going to be Peyton Witter coming in to pitch for the Wildcats. He's going to take over for Mikey Teasley. Why don't you run down, when you get a chance, some of Peyton's pitching statistics?
Peyton Witter has been the designated hitter most of the time for the Wildcats. Has also been their closer. Peyton has a 1.77 ERA so far this year. He's been locked down here for the Wildcats. And he's looking to keep this game close and hoping the Wildcats can get back into it here in the upcoming top of the 7th.
5-3 is our score. We are live here at Murfreesboro Oakland High School. The winner will play Green Hill. And remind us what time the games are tomorrow.
If the Wildcats can break out of this bad luck, they're going to be playing, and or if they can break out of this bad luck and win the game tonight, they will be playing at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. And if the bats stay quiet the rest of the night, they will be playing at 5 p.m. Tomorrow. Both games would be played here at Oakland High School.
We'll turn down the mics here. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th in a moment. Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro Oakland High School. The first pitch by Peyton Witter is a bunt. He throws on the first, but not in time. That's a leadoff single. Good start for the Clarksville Wildcats as they have the leadoff man aboard. Right-handed hitter. Runner at first. Squares to bunt again. Bunts it foul. Back to the screen. And the count is 0-1. Runner at first base for the Clarksville Wildcats. Two Wildcats playing here today at Oakland. Nobody out. Peyton Witter in relief of Mikey Teasley. Left-hander checks the runner. Comes to the plate with another bunt. Hit foul. Parker dives but can't quite get to it. Drops right in front of the brick, lower brick, holding the net up. And the count is 0-2. John, one of the hardest things to do in broadcasting is when your team falls behind. I know you've gotten a little more quiet here since the game has not gone our way. It's absolutely the worst part about broadcasting, to be honest with you.
When it's other teams having good hitting, it's a little bit easier to take. But when it's just a lot of bad breaks like the Wildcats have been getting, it's a little bit tougher to stay positive.
Most definitely, the Wildcats get their first out as Peyton strikes out the batter. And that was, Ben Moore. And that is out number one here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the bottom of the order, number 9 hitter for them, that is Benton Barksdale. He's a strikeout victim twice to Mikey Teasley. Runner at first, he squares to bunt, takes the strike. Their coach down the third base line basically says, if you're going to square to bunt it. And not too happy with him on that occasion. And the count is 0-1. Kind of taking a piece out of Oak Ridge's book. The Wildcats like to bunt with consecutive batters to get runners on. No balls and one strike. Let's see if they keep the bunt on here. He's going to throw her to first inside. The Clarksville coach I don't know if he wanted a balk called against Peyton Witter. He didn't get it. He's unhappy about it.
That looked like a good move to me. Maybe a little bit close to the 45-degree line that the pitchers get, but it looked like a clean move. It didn't look like it should be a balk.
No balls and one strike. Peyton checks the runner. Runner is going. Squares to bunt. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. That is a stolen base.
Oh, he's out too.
The first base umpire, what did you say, John?
The runner on second base is going to have to go back because on the throw down, the batter got in the way of Parker Free's throw down.
That's kind of what I thought, too. I thought when I saw it with my eyes, it was interference there, and that is the call. And back to first he goes. So that's a break for the Wildcats. And that is out number 2 on the play. And the batter is the top of the order, and that is Kirk Weatherford. Kirk has a single, a strikeout, and reached on an error. Number 1 hitter in their lineup, runner at first base. 2 outs now. Peyton comes to the plate, a little outside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. We're live here at Murfreesboro, Oakland. We'll be back here tomorrow for whatever game the Wildcats are in, hopefully in that winner's bracket game against Green Hill. But if not, we'll be back for the Blackman ball game. There's a strike on the outside half of the plate, way outside, but called a strike, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, Blake Woody doing camera work and technical work. John Ulrich, runner going again, pitches hit to center field and deep. Warren East back on it, all the way to the track, has a beat on it, makes the catch for out number 3. Warren's got speed, got back on it. The ball was hit to the deepest part of the park, but that is the 3rd out. So it all comes down to the 7th inning. Wildcats trail Clarksville 5-3. It'll be the number 9 hitter to lead things off, Whit Reniger, followed by Warren East and Parker Free. Wildcats down 5-3. We'll be back to Murfreesboro Oakland High School in a moment.
Hello, this is Jim Norman, proud member of the 1979 Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. And I, along with my wife Mary and sons, former Wildcats James Norman and Elliot Norman, would like to wish the Wildcats a very successful season.
Jim Normand is a partner in another long tradition of excellence. The law firm of Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand, PLLC, and Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand Title Services, a full-service law firm in Oak Ridge for nearly 70 years. Give Jim a call at 482-2486.
Was Noah's throwing, give up that 5th run.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 state championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5559 or at betsycolemanrealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
Welcome back once again. David Clary, John Ulrich, along with Blake Woody here at Murfreesboro Oakland High School. We go to the top of the 7th inning in this state tournament ball game. The Wildcats looking to win their 3rd ever state tournament game. Going to have to come from behind. They trail 5-3. The Wildcats led most of the game. Wildcats scored their first 2 runs in the 4th, scored a single run in the 5th, but then a 5-run 5th inning for Clarksville, and they had the lead 5-3. And the batter now will be Whit Reniger. Whit has an RBI single to his credit today. Also, looks like he walked, and he bats. He's the number 9 hitter. He's a freshman playing second base for the Wildcats. Wildcats have been out hit 4-3. Wildcats have committed 1 error charged. The Clarksville Wildcats 2 errors as Whit squares the bunt, hits it foul. Almost hit him. Got the bunt down, but goes foul up the third base line. The count is 0-1. Goal is just to get somebody on base, and Let's see, now the third baseman sneaks in. He's in on the grass up the third base line. First baseman playing at normal depths up the first base side. Witt's going to take a ball down low, and the count is even at 1 strike. 5-3 our score. Nobody on, nobody out here in the seventh. 5-3. Pitch comes in. That's up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. You announce it.
Dawson Smith now into pitch for the Clarksville Wildcats.
2-1 pitch to Witt. Cut on and missed. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's a hard-throwing right-hander in relief of their starter who threw over almost 120 pitches, close to it.
He did throw 120 pitches.
Witt back in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to him is hit on the ground. Third base side, shortstop fields it, he boots it, and the Wildcats have a base runner. Witt Reniger has been on base twice, and now we've got the top of the order turning over. You know, his speed also helped out. The shortstop kind of nonchalantly went to the ball and couldn't pick it up, and the Wildcats' tying run comes to the plate in the person of Warren East, who has been very quiet today, actually is officially 0 for 3 in the ball game. But the good news is the Wildcats have the top of the order.
They have the top of the order up, like David said. They've got Warren East, Parker Free, and Mikey Teasley due up. So Wildcats looking to do some damage here with the good part of their order coming up.
Warren squares to bunt, takes the strike. Runner at first, Witt Reniger, the second baseman, the freshman second baseman, had an RBI single, as I mentioned. Warren looking for his first hit today. As I mentioned, he's 0 for 3. Steps in, behind in the count, no balls and 1 strike. Pitch to him, he squares to bunt, up the third base line. It's a good one. He's going to throw in time, and then Witt's way off the bag at second, but he is back to the bag. Witt took a wide turn there at second. They almost got him. That's out number 1. Ball, the third baseman was in on the grass that time, and ball was bunted hard by Warren. They do get the runner down to second, but now there's one out, and the batter is going to be Parker Free. Needed to deaden that bunt just a bit. The ball bunt was just a little bit too hard that time.
Yeah, if that one was a little bit closer to line and a little bit softer, then I think Warren East would have been able to beat that out with his great speed that we've been talking about all game.
Parker steps in. He has not had a good night either. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, and he takes the strike here. He'll be followed by Mikey Teasley in the lineup. The Wildcats down 5-3, down to their final 2 outs here in the 7th inning in a 5-3 ball game. Parker, right-handed hitting sophomore catcher, in the box forever, wiggles a bit and then calls timeout. Dalton Smith in relief, trying to nail it down for Clarksville. 5-3 our score. Reniger takes his lead off of second. The pitch to Parker. That's up high. The fans in purple didn't like the call, but it was definitely high. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mikey on deck for the Wildcats. Parker trying to get on base here. Base knock would be nice. Any way to get him on base. The pitch is down low, a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Parker's had some good postseason hits. He's had a great season in his sophomore year. Kind of the glue to this team as he handles the pitching staff so well. He's a good leader, especially as a young guy and as a sophomore. He stands back in. 2 balls and 1 strike to him. Runner takes the lead. Here's the pitch. The ball's hit foul into the Oak Ridge dugout on the third base side. And Parker behind in the count. 2 balls, actually even count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big point in the ball game here as Parker steps in. It's got to be a hitter here. Smith trying to retire his second batter here in the 7th inning in a 5-3 ball game. 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. That's a base hit into right field. Witt Reniger gets the green light. He's going to come in to score, and the Wildcats trail it by a score of 5-4. RBI single perfectly placed to the opposite field as it went between the second baseman and the first baseman in the right field, and the Wildcats are down a run.
Great piece of hitting there by Parker Free. With 2 strikes in the count, takes that fastball the other way to drive in Whit Reniger from second.
The Wildcats are going to get a runner into the game. Parker has words with Mikey as he gets ready to bat, facing the relief pitcher. So it all started with the error by the shortstop, and you can see him kind of hanging his head. And the Wildcats get a new runner into the game.
The runner and first base for Parker Free is Jaden Cheverton.
He'll take his lead off of first as Oak Ridge's Mikey Teasley, Mr. Baseball, steps in. Trying to get on base here against Dalton Smith. Cheverton, I don't know much about him. I've seen him play a little bit, but I don't know much about his speed. But as that pitch is down low, a ball. What do you know about his speed?
From what I've seen, Jaden's a pretty good runner. He's played a little bit of second base after Carson got hurt.
He's a really good bunter. I know that.
See some of that down in Gulf Shores.
Ball 2 to Mikey Teasley. The Wildcats love to get Cam Welch. Now we're going to have a meeting on the mound. Wildcats have put 1 on the board. They now trail it 5-4. The Wildcats and Wildcats from Clarksville are 4 apiece in the hit department. The Wildcats have seen them commit 3 errors. The Wildcats have 1 in this one. So it's a pitcher's duel. Only 8 total hits in the game, but you got 9 runs on the board.
Yeah, it's a little wonky when you first look at it, but that 4 to 5, 9 runs on the scoreboard, I believe is a result of walks and hit by pitches or just free bases.
Yeah, that one bad inning that Mikey had, lots of walks. I mean, his control left him, but the big bases clearing double.
Speaking of that bases clearing double, that was hit by their catcher Corbin Reynolds, and you just saw Mikey Teasley shake his hand as he walked up to the plate.
Ball is hit well, foul off to the right side. The right fielder gives it a look, but it's well out of play into the around the bullpen area down the first base line. And Mikey's still ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. State tournament baseball. This kind of cool night here in Murfreesboro, but a beautiful day. Be even more beautiful if Mikey could put one over that 375 mark out in center field.
It's a long way, but he's crushed a few this year.
2 balls and 1 strike. Cheverton takes his lead off of first base. Pitch. Mikey hits it foul. Kind of an excuse me swing. Not too happy with himself and hits it over to the first base side. And the count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cam Welch is on deck for the Wildcats. Mikey just needs to get on base here, get Cheverton in the scoring position. Dalton Smith has other ideas, the pitcher for Clarksville. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit in the left side. It's going to be fielded. They've got the fielder's choice at second. Mikey slides head first into first. Ball was not hit hard, kind of off the nub of the bat, and he fielded it, got the force out at second, and that is out number 2, and the Wildcats are down to their final out here as Camden Welch will step in for the Wildcats. Cam had a walk his first time, lined out to center. Batting here with 2 outs in the 7th and a 5-4 ball game. The Wildcats trailing by 1.
A note about his second at-bat of the game. That ball is a smoked but sinking line drive that the center fielder was able to get his hands on to get Cheeto out there.
Camden takes a strike. Cheeto back in. The Oak Ridge fans trying to encourage the big junior first baseman. Mikey is the base runner now at first. Cam back in. 1 strike to him. Hit foul off to the screen, and Wildcats down to their final strike here. 7th inning, 2 outs, runner at first, a run in for the Wildcats, but they still trail it by a score of 5-4. Unearned run. I think the 5th run was for them. As Cam steps in, Clarksville trying to meet Green Hill tomorrow in the winner's bracket. The pitch to Kim, hit on the ground. There's a base hit. Rounding second, heading towards third is Mikey Teasley. And the Wildcats have runners on the corners. Big hit there by Cam Welch. And the Wildcats have the potential tying run, or the tying run, at third base, but there are 2 outs, and their batter will be Peyton Witter. Peyton had a home run, a solo shot to get the Wildcats scoring going. So anything right here, wild pitch, pass ball. Let's see, we're going to have, I guess, a runner to come to run for Cam Welch. And that's going to be Kipton Fagan. Keeps the Wildcat hopes alive. And Peyton is going to be stepping in, but now we're going to have another conference on the hills. Good job of hitting there by Cam. He got down to his final strike and just hit it almost the exact spot where Parker Free picked up his base hit between second base and first base. The Wildcats have an opportunity here.
Yeah, Wildcats, especially with the fast runner and Mikey Teasley on third, looking to get this tying run across the plate.
Like I said, with wild pitch, pass ball, anything like that, Wildcats need to get that runner in from third. Of course, Peyton has other ideas. He's already hit 1 home run today. He's the leading home run hitter, he's the leading RBI guy for the Wildcats this season.
Something in this situation, though, you can't get too ahead of yourself. Just at this point, you got 2 guys on. Just keep passing the baton. Just keep it simple. Just line drive up the middle, base hit up the middle, score the run, keep this game going.
Peyton steps in. He's a senior. Closed out the last inning on the mound for the Wildcats. Facing Dalton Smith, the Oak Ridge fans making a lot of noise. Peyton steps in. The pitch to him. Hit foul. Well out of play over onto the top of the school at Oakland High School, and the count is 0-1. Brand new bat for Peyton Witter. As we talked about earlier, he broke his bat. He's been using all season in batting practice. 1 strike the count. Teasley, the runner at third. Kipton Fagan at first. The pitch, cut on a miss. I think you're exactly right. I think Peyton was trying a little bit too hard. That pitch was well out of the strike zone. He just got to maybe choke up a little bit, just make some contact here. He was a little free swinging on that one. Wildcats once again down to their Wildcats of Oak Ridge once again down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Dalton Smith, the pitcher for Clarksville. 2-strike pitch. That's up high. You never know with this umpire. He might have a dinner date that he wanted to go to, but he called the proper call. It was high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right-handed thrower against the right-handed hitting Peyton Witter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Call strike 3. That's your ball game. Clarksville defeats the Wildcats by a final score of 5-4. Good-looking pitch right there, and the celebration for Clarksville as they knock off the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge loses for the first time in the postseason. Peyton took that one really right down the middle, and nothing against him, but Wildcats, their work's going to be a little bit harder now as they head to the losers bracket of this tournament to play the Blackman Blaze tomorrow. At what time again?
At 5 p.m.
5 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll have that broadcast for you on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Will you be heading home? Where will you be?
I believe I will be there tomorrow for the 5 o'clock game.
Well, tough break for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge jumped on them 3-0 was the score to start the ball game, and all the way into the 5th inning. But then that big 5 spot, the Wildcats lost a little bit of control. Wildcat pitcher Mikey Teasley did. Wildcats committed a costly error as well in that one, and unfortunately they put 5 on the board. The Wildcats did make a little bit of a rally here in the 7th inning, but just not enough as they fall 5-4. I don't know if we'll get a chance to talk to Coach Free, and I'll tell you some of the individual statistics. I don't know if you want to run those down, John, or not, Warren East was, let's see, 0 for 3 with a sacrifice. I don't know, you want to run the stats down?
Warren East 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. Parker Free was 1 for 4 with a single. Mikey Teasley was 1 for 3, with a walk and a double. Camden Welch was 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Peyton Witter was 1 for 4 with a home run. Richie Ferreira was 0 for 2 with a walk. Noah Wood was 0 for 3, and he reached on an error in the fourth. Cy Stevens was 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. And Whit Reniger was 2 for 2 with a walk.
Losing pitcher in the ball game was Mikey Teasley, as he drops this one. Tough fifth inning for the Wildcats. That's all you can say. I mean, Wildcats made a few mistakes in the field, and just his control lost him. He left him, John.
Well, there'd just be, like you said, tough breaks with control, tough breaks with a fielding error by the shortstop Wood, and some tough breaks on some tough calls there by the umpires. We're probably going to keep our tab running into tomorrow and the rest of the tournament, David. But
I think the correct time of the game actually is at 10 a.m. I mean, loser game 3, and I'll let you.
The game tomorrow for the Wildcats will be at 5 p.m.
Yeah, you're right. Game 2. We were game 2. I shouldn't have doubted you. I know. Your eyesight's so much better. Let's take a quick break here. I don't know. Well, looks like I've lost our way to talk. Coach Free usually has a long conversation. John, what do you want to do? You want to cut it out here, or you want to interview Coach Free?
I'll go grab Coach Free if you'll interview him.
Are you going to interview him?
I'll grab him if you interview him.
Well, I'll interview him if you want to, if you want me to. But Oak Ridge fans, one thing they did, they came in big numbers. Wildcats had a rally. John, sit down here just for a second. Wildcats had an opportunity there. They had runners on the corners there, and they didn't give up, and that's kind of a hallmark of this team. They fight the very last out, and unfortunately just didn't have enough there at the end. But, that fifth inning, just a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, these never say die boys. Keep fighting, no matter what the score is, however late in the game, whatever the momentum may be. We saw both against Farragut and against Science Hill, they were down 2-0 in the sixth inning with what seemed to be no momentum, and they put up big time runs to score to win those two games. But they just fall short here with two guys, runners on the corners, and Peyton Witter strikes out looking to end the game.
Go see if Coach Free wants to come up here. If he doesn't, we'll just talk to him tomorrow. Wildcats fall 5-4 to the Clarksville Wildcats.
KOC Oak Ridge shows our commitment to orthopedic excellence by providing on-site X-ray, bracing, casting, and physical therapy. We strive to take care of all of your orthopedic needs in a professional and efficient manner with the respect you deserve. We've been treating East Tennessee families for over 40 years, and we're a proud supporter of athletics. Check out our website and give us a call at 865-558-4400. Go Wildcats!
When something happens to your car, you might say,
Ugh, come on, seriously?
This is so extra.
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get with someone who can actually help. Contact me, Agent Laura Lynn Green, today.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. ORUD has generous appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances from us and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. We're a one-stop shop. We'll sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. Plus, you can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying. Comfort you can feel, savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas. Visit our showrooms in Oak Ridge, Kingston, and our virtual showroom at ORUD.org.
Hello, this is Jim Norman, proud member of the 1979 Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. And I, along with my wife Mary and sons, former Wildcats James Norman and Elliot Norman, would like to wish the Wildcats a very successful season.
Jim Normand is a partner in another long tradition of excellence. The law firm of Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand, PLLC, and Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand Title Services. A full-service law firm in Oak Ridge for nearly 70 years. Give Jim a call at 482-2486.
You've worked hard to build your business, and we want to help you protect it. The team at Fox Insurance Group believes your business deserves the expertise of a local insurance agent. With business insurance from Todd Fox at Fox Insurance Group and Encova Insurance, you can make sure your business stays up and running no matter what happens. If you own a business, make sure it's fully protected by contacting Fox Insurance Group. Visit www.grayfoxins.com or call 865-482-0513.
Did you know that Summit Medical Group was voted the best family practice in internal medicine in 2023? We do walk-in same-day appointments and are currently accepting new patients. For the convenience of our patients, we have on-site physical therapy, a lab, x-ray, and ultrasound. Come see our new location at 850 Briarcliff Avenue in Oak Ridge. To schedule an appointment, call 865-483-3172. We're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays 9 to 5. Summit Medical Group of Oak Ridge, the leaders in primary care. Get to the Summit.
Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro, Oakland. We're waiting to speak to the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Travis Free. Typically don't like to do these interviews after a loss, but the Wildcats still have life. They have a chance to play. It's funny, everyone keeps telling me we play at 10. I know the bracket says that. I wonder if they changed the bracket after we printed it. I'm going to ask Coach Free, but it's funny because several people keep telling me that. The bracket says what you said, John, and I'm going to ask Coach Free, obviously, when he gets up here. But Coach Winston Russell said, see you tomorrow at 10. And Coach Russell, he knows what he's talking about most of the time, but we'll ask Coach Free. But I believe you. I believe what you said.
Yeah, it says the winner's game's supposed to take place at 12:30 p.m., so that should be Green Hill and Clarksville, but it wouldn't quite make sense because you would have to play the loser's game before. I guess. Well, you don't have to, because it would be the winner of the loser's bracket game would be next day.
Right,
so
right.
I apologize.
So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what he says. I mean,
we'll see.
I've had several people say that to me. Hopefully he'll get up here. I know the people at Oakland. They're not too happy about having to be here so late. Obviously, their team is not in it, but they're still, having to host the tournament like they always do. The TSSAA, I guess they probably rent it. I guess that so is. I don't know. John, did he say he'd be right up?
He said he'd be up in a moment.
He's got a lot more important things to do. Get ready for the rest of this tournament. Hopefully, a nice little run. It's not impossible. The Wildcats have some pretty deep pitching. I'm sure tomorrow they'll go the first game with Cheeto And Blake, you want to talk to me for a while? I don't know.
Sure, why not?
Tough break for their Wildcats. Just a fifth inning that just kind of got away from Mikey's control, kind of left him a little bit. Umpire's strike zone, questionable all night. I mean, it is what it is. It's baseball. I mean, you have to go with that. But it's just a tough inning when they scored the 5 runs.
Yeah, I completely agree. Mikey played amazing in the first few innings, though. I mean, is it on?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought he played amazing. Like that one where they didn't even hit the ball, it was just that was like stellar from Mikey Teasley. I mean, he's a great player. He just got tired at the end.
Right. Well, his control, he lost his control there, as I believe, in a moment. I know they don't want to talk. No coach really wants to talk after a game like this. When you seemingly had it. It was 3-0, but Clarksville's a good team. They're number 1 team in the state. Coach Free told me earlier today that he thought the 2 best teams in the tournament. This is his opinion. Obviously, a lot of good teams here. He thought the 2 best teams were Oak Ridge and Clarksville, and unfortunately, they kind of had to meet on that in the first round. But it is what it is, and Wildcats are going to be tested with their depth and pitching. And let me get John over here. He's the pitcher guy. Nothing personal, Blake, but Wildcats. One thing they do have, John Ulrich, is they do have some deep pitching. I mean, they've got still. We saw Peyton pitch a little bit today, but if you have Cheeto tomorrow, I would assume you can't lose anymore. So you got to go with your next best or the best, and that would be Cam Welch. Then they got Cy Stevens, and Peyton can come back and pitch a little bit too. So they've got deep pitching, and then it's going to be Johnny Allstaff probably after that. I mean, you got guys like Carson Fagan who can pitch, Titus Fetters that can pitch. I'm probably forgetting some people here. Help me.
You got Troy Sharp.
Troy Sharp, obviously.
Some freshmen in Isaiah Wilson and Jackson Gary. But a note about Cy is he's 6-0 on the year, so he's had a good year on the mound as well.
Here's Coach Free here. We'll let him take a seat here. Coach, I'll let you get settled here. First question I'm going to ask you is, what time do we play tomorrow? 10 a.m. So, thank you. We weren't looking at the bracket, weren't sure, but Coach, a tough game. I mean, obviously, for the most part, you controlled it. Going into the fifth, it was a 3-0 game. It was a pitcher's duel basically. I mean, it was like maybe 10 hits, not even 10 hits total for both teams, and but Mikey's control kind of left him there in the fifth, and a couple of misplay in the infield also hurt you. Just a tough fifth inning, but as we've said all season long, you guys battled back, made it interesting there in the seventh, but just not enough runs. Final score 5-4.
Yeah, we just didn't make a winning play in the fifth. We had opportunities. We had 2 strikes. We had opportunities to close the door, make one pitch, whatever it may be. Right? We just didn't quite do what we needed to do to make it, and didn't make a play when we needed it. Just all those things that we could have done that we didn't do. But that's part of it. We got to turn the page. We got to move forward, and we've got to stick together. And I know that's the hardest thing to do after a tough loss like that right there against a really good opponent. So, got to be able to turn the page and be ready to go tomorrow.
Hey, you told me earlier today that obviously you're one of the top teams here. You told me that Clarksville, maybe number 1 in the state, at least in the final rankings. They were up at the top. So. Obviously, a very good team. Mikey pitched really well. I mean, he pitched with the exception of that inning, and he still, just a little bit off on his control, but he pitched well, I thought. To hold that lineup down was still a pretty good job, but like you said, it just didn't make that play. Yeah,
he was great. Just one pitch here and there, and any combination of a play at short, a pitch that got squeezed. Maybe that, there's all kinds of things that could have happened. Just one opportunity and one chance to make one play or one pitch, and it didn't happen. So at the end of the day, we got to turn it and move forward.
Blackman tomorrow, you say 10 a.m., so that's an early start time. I saw Blackman play Green Hill before. Blackman's obviously they're in the state tournament, so they're a good team. What do you know about them?
Not dug into a lot of details. I got a little bit of information on there. They're a good, solid team. We'll have to come ready to play because it's just going to be the emotional piece of it, right? It's going to be the hardest part for us to be able to turn around and be ready to go tomorrow. And a great opportunity in front of us to win a couple games in a row and see what we're made of and see if we can go get it done. And I look forward to it.
Coach, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Wildcats fall to Clarksville Wildcats today. 5-4 is the final score. See if John has any final comments before we close it out. I know the Oakland people want us to probably get out of here. John, your final comments about this one.
Like I said, at the end of the game, we're probably going to have a large running tab on these umpires, but it was, like Coach Free said, it was a few tough breaks here and there. And the Wildcats, it's going to be an emotional game tomorrow morning. It's a lot harder to come into a morning game rather than an afternoon or night game, let alone that morning game being an elimination game. We had to deal with it last year, so some of these guys are used to it. They've been in that situation, but it's still hard to do. They're going up against a solid Blackman team, and it's going to be a battle, like Coach Free said. But it's definitely tough on the guys. If you do get all the way to the state tournament game, you do have another game that you have to play, so it is a little bit harder on your pitching staff. So it's going to be interesting to see how tomorrow goes for the Wildcats.
John, I appreciate your good work today. We appreciate Blake Woody for coming up here with us and helping with our broadcast. Our next broadcast will be on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, tomorrow as the Wildcats take on the Blackman Blaze, 10 a.m. here from Murfreesboro. For John and Blake, this is David Clary saying so long, everybody.